Bingo, bango.
Bing bong.
Bingo, bango. Bingo, bango. Yo, 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 yo.
That intro music rock out. Love that. Thank you. You're far too kind.
Yo, 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 yo. Crowd goes wild. Remember what the thing too.
Welcome. You're now rocking with the best. It's Tuesday night. We are where we are, Fresh.
3616 Kirkware Highway, East Where Cigar Lounge, better known as Home.
This is the Fire and Ice Podcast, man. We are here. This is a thought-provoking black culture, lifestyle, experience, sports, entertainment, current events. You name it, we do it. This is what we do. Fresh, welcome to crowd.
Hello, how are y'all?
Tonight we are back like fucking Voltron.
Yes, sir.
We are back.
Yes,
I
sir.
would go straight nerd moment on you, man. Do the whole intralock connected infracells up. I'm not gonna do that. We are back, baby. We are back tonight, full strength. And I say that with a C next to the S, full strength. We are full strength. We got NBA action on the tube. We got stoves in the air. We got drinks. That's what we do. Bro, how you feeling tonight, baby?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm glad to be back, man. A little hiatus, man. You know, business to handle. Still handling it, but
Yeah, man.
I'm glad to be back, man. You know?
Yeah, man.
I'm glad to be back with the fellas. The Iceman is in the building. Let's go.
Walk
with us. Yo, man.
So
George
listen.
Gervin, man.
We back, man. Give your boy, grab your boy up.
Man, George
my people.
Gervin,
Grab
man.
your boy up. Bro,
Yeah, bro.
man, let's go, man. Full speed ahead, man. Let's go. Are you ready, Hanson?
I mean, you know. Listen, man.
We'll handle some
always
business.
ready.
We'll handle some business later
Listen.
on.
I'm always ready. I was born ready, man. Like fish and spaghetti, you heard?
It's just spaghetti.
Shout
Whoa.
out to my man, Tyrell Player, TY on the check-in. My guy. What's up, big bro?
What's up? What's up, player?
What up, big bro?
Player?
Listen, man. Shout out to Ra at a book
Shout
signing.
out, Rob. Shout out, Rob.
Big things.
Champagne me, please.
Pay
me, please.
My folks, man, listen.
Pay me, please.
We're gonna get it moving like this, man. We're gonna start it off, man. First of all, like you know, like we saying, we're gonna welcome back my man, my man Ice Man, little bro in the building. Welcome back, bro. We missed you, you heard me? It ain't been the same, man. It ain't been the same, man. I've been asking about you. Yo, what you coming back?
Where am I?
You know what I'm talking about? Listen, man.
Listen,
He back.
Man, I heard, man, they was telling me the Iceman was in the joint. Man, I said, oh, man, oh.
Yes, man.
Don't put that bad on my bro, man. No.
That's how the
I was
movie
like, nah,
go.
he ain't on the show, man. He gotta be in the joint or something. What's going on? Like, nah, man.
That's how the rumors be being, man.
Nah, man. I'm just out here. I'm making moves for the fellas, man.
Already.
Y'all see, first of the year. I promise y'all see.
Already.
That's what I'm doing. I'm out here making moves for the fellas, man. You know, somebody gotta do it. So
Shout out Nardo.
I figured I'd take on that road. You know what I mean? Like bro said, man, like Voltron.
We are back. So, with that being said, man, you know what we do? We tackle issues, man. We talk about things. What those things may be, and it's the God knows, man. That's the God knows, man. It's the God, bro. Listen, we're gonna start off like this, man, because, you know, we down in here, man. We down in that spot, man. You know, every now and then, some shit get, you know, you don't get upset a lot. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, some shit really get to him, man.
And Fresh be on fire, man. So Fresh, what you on fire about right now, bro? Talk about it, man.
What I'm on fire about tonight, man, is yesterday, man, I saw something that really irked my nerves, man. And it was that, I'm not even gonna say her name, but the lady in the Emmett Till case, and the whole case has been dropped. Yeah, man. Somebody called the cops. I said, man, how can you drop the case when you have willing participants in the case still living? I said, how can you drop the case when they say, okay, well, it might be double jeopardy if you try to run back the two dudes who admitted to killing Emmett Till? Hold on. When there's new evidence, you can bring forth a new trial. Yo, how can you just throw this whole case out? There are people still living and breathing. In this case, there was the two gentlemen, I refuse to say their name as well, but it was two gentlemen who months later admitted to killing Emmett Till.
Real rap.
Admitted to it.
Real
And
rap.
in some kind of way they finagled the bagel and said, okay, well, it's double jeopardy for us to bring them back. They admitted. Okay, if you admitted it in trial, and you got off, that's one thing. But I assume in your first trial, you didn't admit that you killed this young man. So when new evidence comes about, there should have been a new trial. But I don't know the law. I'm just somebody who was beat over the head by it.
Shout out King Dude to check in.
Yo, man, yo, what's happening, Rod? Yo, that got you boiling. That got me boiling, man. To see that happen, man. There were survivors. There were survivors that got up, you know, in Emmett Till's family. His family, actual family members who actually grew up with him, got up and said, this is so disappointing. But I'm not surprised. Their family members got up, you can see it in their face, like, man, I seen this nonsense coming. I seen them grade pull the bullshit. I seen the bamboozle in play. I just didn't know they was gonna do it in my face like this. Oh, we're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop the case because we don't have enough evidence. You got people still here talking about, yeah, I did it. What? This is crazy.
They said that.
This is crazy, man. With that being said, man, that's got my blood boiling, man. That's got Fresh on fire, man.
Calm down, good brother. Calm down, good brother. Calm down, good brother.
We can get this something funny.
Yeah, man.
I think it's funny.
Calm down,
Walk us down, calm us down, Iceman, calm us down.
Calm us down, Iceman. What we got? Which one go to, man? Go ahead.
No, man, we can talk about the French dude.
Juicy Smouye?
Juicy Smouye, man.
Oh, Juicy Smouye.
Did you say you wanted me to go there, my blood pressure to go down?
Juicy Smouye, folks.
I'm talking about the French guy, man. The French guy. Juicy, man. You know what? What y'all think about Juicy? What y'all think about him in the case, man?
Listen, man. Shout out Hindu, big bro, to check in.
Shout out, big bro.
Love you, heard?
Shout out, bro. What y'all think about Juicy, man? Juicy Smouye, man. Juicy Smouye.
Listen, man, they had Juicy, he
Set the stage, though. Set the stage.
All right, okay. So, all right. So
This is funny as a motherfucker.
Funny as shit.
So for those who don't know, right, we're talking about Jussie Smollett.
No.
AKA Juicy Smouye. Right? So y'all know, it was about a couple years ago now, right?
Yeah.
A couple years ago,
2
homeboy
years, 2019.
reported that he was,
Yeah.
you know, he was accosted and, you know what I mean, they put the noose around his neck and assaulted, and there was some KKK, homophobic,
Make America great again.
etc., MAGA shit, you know what I'm saying? So, oh shit. So it turns out, allegedly now it was on some shit like it was planned. You know what I mean? 2 African bulls, man, I forget their names, man. They allegedly he paid them $3,500. They got the check.
Whoa.
They got the
Time
check.
out, time out.
They got the check. They got the check. Listen, he paid the African brothers, man, $3,500, man. The nigga turns out that he's having a sexual relationship with one of the twins, man.
Understand, said we. From my understanding is Juicy Shumoye said, oh yeah, I engaged with them guys, well that guy, in the bathhouse. We shared cocaine.
Yeah, we had a couple drinks and took a couple bumps. We said a couple drinks and some bumps, man. In the bathhouse.
And all kinds of explicits.
And here we are.
The bathhouse?
Bathhouse.
A bathhouse with narcotics, consent, and sexuals.
Party time. Party City. Party City, I ain't mad at you.
That's a whole different level. That's a whole thing. Man.
The part I didn't understand was, I was like, okay, well, can we get to the part of who allegedly or actually assaulted this man? And one of the main things I heard was, oh yeah, we went to the bathhouse and there was some things that went on. I was like, wow, this thing really turned left, even from where I thought it was already left. I'm like, wow.
Oh shit.
I didn't understand, man.
Make sure the connection's good. Take a quick second. Make sure the connection's good. We live here. Make sure the connection's good. Issues. We're gonna hold on for a second. Make sure the connection is good. Check all the connections with the announcement.
Shout out Jab Penn
Push everything
in the building.
Make sure the connection's good. We want to make sure y'all get this tonight, man. This epic tonight. We on one night. We on one.
Shout out Lexi in the building.
Proceed. We on.
Check in. Lamar Kelly on the check in.
I just didn't understand, man. One thing I just didn't understand. I was like, well, who allegedly or actually assaulted you? You know, you're like,
He was assaulted, but it might have been willingly.
oh, well, yeah, you know.
Him and his boyfriend cocking the plan to get paid.
Yup.
Enlighten the people.
But hold on. If you check the Fire Nights podcast from earlier this year, we alluded to that. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, and I might have been drunk at that time, because I'm prone to be that. We may have alluded to that this may have been a coercion. Subterfuge. We may have been bamboozled.
We already knew something was a foul. You know, something was a foul when the whole case just came out. Like, man, what? You know, it just seemed crazy. And Dave Chappelle and put it just so eloquently.
Yes, he did.
It sticks and stones. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't
When
believe
did
you.
Sticks and Stones come out? That was 2020.
That might have been 2020, man.
Was it 20? I thought
It might have
it
been
was this year. It was
it
this
might-
year.
When this year?
Nah,
I thought it was
I'm
early.
gonna go out on a limb, man. Yeah.
Might even been 2019.
Let's look.
but it was-
Let's look that up. Let's look that up. Go ahead. Proceed, bro. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check the stats on that.
Yo, but I'm just like, can we get to? I'm concerned for the man's well-being. Can we get to actually who assaulted this man? I mean, you was assaulted. There was a noose wrapped around your neck. There was a MAGA hat fashioned upon your head. Can we get to those people who did that to you? You know what I'm saying? That was the only thing. I just was like, wow.
We know Tinky knows.
You know what I'm saying? Can we get to that
You don't
part?
think he knows.
Can we get to that part? I was like, it was funny to me. Not saying it was shocking or anything like that. It just was funny. I was like, this is going even way further left than I thought it was. I was like, wow, this is.
Shit, that's funny.
Do you see him walking in?
Is that
Go ahead.
that's a nigga that's going down with the shit. Yo.
Hey,
Some real
man.
shit. That's a nigga you want on the team. Like, yo, nah, we ain't do it. Yo, we got a picture of you right here doing it. Nah, that ain't me.
He's sticking to his gun.
That ain't me, man. That ain't me, man.
You're right, because they got
me,
video with
man.
him.
Walking down the street with him.
Listen, and they got video of him back in his hotel room after the election happened with the noose around his neck. Fixing the joint up. I'm sorry, what? He said they put a noose on him. They got video of him back in his room. After hours of that, they just
like practicing.
And he's definitely taking this thing all the way
And
out.
he is like, yo, yeah, I know these dudes, but nah, they
You thinking of hate crime?
Now, matter of fact, he like, yo, that's what I'm saying. He like, yo, it ain't even them. It ain't even them.
Now, mind you, this was an occurrence in what 2019.
That's what he's saying. Man, fuck what they saying. I'm not even saying it's dumb. It's somebody else. Somebody else did. Fuck what me and these two dudes had planned. Before we could get to do it, somebody did this to me. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
It's obvious it was a plan going on.
Yeah, that's
So
what
he
he's
said,
saying.
oh, maybe I did have a plan. But
The plot.
That's what he's saying.
oh,
Yo,
So you try to tell me. Hold on.
shit alone,
Hold
though.
on. Juicy Shmouye. This is nothing more than a.
it's a roll. It's a roll of the century, nigga. It's a roll of the century,
We ready
man.
to go to jail for this
Man,
role of
it's the
century.
roll of the century,
He's an actor,
dog.
man. He's an actor.
Man,
Let
it's
the
roll
record
of the
reflect.
century.
He's the one on trial.
This the
You know
roll
what I'm
of the
saying?
century.
This is not necessarily a trial.
He took the stand.
So is this bigger than Nancy Kerrigan and
No.
Yo,
Tanya Harding? Is this on that level?
Let's just let you know. Only defendants take the stand in movies. Only the defendants take the stand in movies so they can tell what we was looking for, what the gap we was missing in the movie. They filling it in.
Oh, you saying this is for a role?
Man, look,
We method that.
Yeah.
defendants don't take the stand. Y'all prove that I did it. I'm not gonna give up. Defendants don't take the stand.
To be
High
fair-
profile defendants don't take the
To be
stand.
fair, Kyle Rittenhouse just took the stand. I thought it was crazy, but I guess it worked out in his.
Yeah, he did that because he had to. He had to show them white crocodile tears.
Yeah, that wasn't, he didn't really take the stand.
Yeah.
That wasn't even no cross-examination.
The other boys took the stand too. The boys in the Ahmaud Arbery case took the stand too.
Yeah, that ain't
But they ain't no-
celebrity.
they ain't no choice
That's
either.
not celebrity.
They ain't no
That's
choice
not,
either.
like you said, that they
But you're right.
That's
You're
not
right.
celebrity.
You're right.
You don't take the stand.
That's real.
This method acting, man.
Method acting, bro.
Yo, I ain't going to jail for that shit.
That's why I'm like, yo, like you actually said, yeah, I know him. I had sexual relationship with him. Yeah, we talked about stuff like this. Not saying they talked about doing it to me, but we had
Right.
That's what he said.
Literally.
We had that's what he said. We had conversations about Trump supporters doing that type of stuff to people. So you set it up like we talked about it, but then it happened to me from someone else. I'm not saying they did it, but they said yeah, we did it. But he's still not saying it.
So he's saying this actually occurred to him, just not in this particular incident. This is something that happened. We're just gonna reenact.
Man, listen,
We're gonna stage.
Phil, the two Africans are saying we did this. Justice Smollett is like, nah, they didn't do it.
Somebody else did it.
But they like,
At a different time.
Yeah.
nah, bro, we
This
did
ain't
it.
like,
Nah, bro.
Nah, but we did do it, bro. Like,
Nah, bro, we did this to you. Nah, no, y'all couldn't have did this to you.
I'm gonna tell you why we didn't do it, because just hours later we were doing
Drive run.
party things.
Now we did the drive run. We went and run the 2 miles. They got us on tape at Dick's. Buying the whole I'm a robber nigga outfit. Nigga. Man, they buy masks and gloves and rope. Nigga.
everything.
basket, gloves, and rope.
So this is
I'm a
the most
robber nigga
totally
outfit.
staged coup in the history
They was
of
Listen.
cool. They got this register like,
Yeah, I do remember seeing that.
like nigga.
Shout out
man.
Lexi Bentley, who said that Homeboy was trying to stay relevant, man. You know, he was trying.
He was on Empire. He was already in the
Hey
mix.
man,
though.
hey man.
Not to be,
Hey
not to
man,
be,
he was trying to stay relevant, man.
not to be, not to be that guy. That's what we miss. The homie. He was gonna be relevant. Yeah. They like you. They like you. They like you. He's a great black man on TV. They love you. They love you. You was cold, Kamala, and they loved you.
Zarnian, I hate to say it, but goddamn. Pause. You was already in pole position.
Yeah.
I see what you did there, man.
You see what I did there? You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
I'm like, yo, they was gonna love you.
Wow, man.
This Danny was gonna make more shows.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
I could never call that man Jussie Smollett.
Ever.
Yo, it's you juicy smooth.
No,
Yeah.
no, hold on. I hope I got the nuclear mic. Because in 2019, Sticks and Stones made this official. You are Juicy Schmouye. Juicy Schmouye.
Yeah, the French thespian.
The French thespian, man.
Little French niggas.
You know, but when I see his name, that's what I think. Juicy Schmouye. Moving on. Bro. Where we going, bro?
Little French nigga, man. So.
Where we going?
What's up, we good. Appreciate you, good brother, Devon.
Thank you, God.
So dig it, right? You remember? I think it was in Gauger, man. Middle school, right?
School with no windows, and we never knew it.
Yeah. And I worked me and the boy Hut. Shout out to Ron Hut. Demond Hut. Yeah, we're not talking about you, young nigga. So I worked at Burger King, right? Back in the day at Concord Mall. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So dig it. So when I worked at Burger King, right? I can't really tell you, man. I was making listen, I was making like shit, this was like fucking 88.
Oh, shit.
This was like 88.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I was making like $7.50 an hour, you know, I don't know, some shit,
That was good
minimum
money
wage,
back
or something,
then.
you know what I'm talking about?
That was good money.
So check this out though, right? So this is 88. I'm at Burger King, I'm 13, I'm 12, 13. I ain't supposed to work, I'm 12, 13 years old, right? 7th grade, 8th grade.
13.
I was 13. I wasn't still working.
Oh.
But the
That's
boss,
before working papers.
the boss is like, yo, I don't give a fuck, I need help. You know what I'm saying? So Hut put me on. So listen. So
How do you have?
I'm working.
Smoke Brothers.
I'm making $7.25 an hour, 88, right?
Pretty for a teenager.
Great money.
Now this is in Delaware, right? So this is 2021, right? The minimum wage in Delaware right now in 2021. Nah, it's $9.25.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, time out.
So in 1988, As a 13-year-old, 8th grade kid, I was making $7.25, $7 an hour, whatever. Right? 88. Now in 2021, the motherfucking minimum wage, bro, is $9.25, bro. $9.25, yo. How the fuck they expect niggas to live off? Now, if I'm a 13-year-old kid at Burger King, cool. You know what I mean? Minimum wage is what it is.
Because they was robbing you, because I know, shout out Ed Cole Cobb, I was making $10 an hour.
Right.
Now, mind you, that was under the table.
True.
That was great money. Now, that is, now, I'm not a math major. I'm pretty smart, so what? I got to count my fingers sometimes. I've been drinking for years. 98, 2008, 2018. That's 30 plus years ago. How the fuck does minimum wage literally moved?
$2. Where's my $2? Yeah, I need my $2.
And you know, they expect
Classic movie.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Classic movie.
They expect people to live. How the fuck they expect you to live off of $9.25 an hour, bro?
Hey, yo, peep this though. If they could pay you less, they would.
Fucking right.
If they could pay you less, they would. It's crazy, man. And I think that education job for this one is the best of my business. But they actually get a better education people $2.73 if you receive tips. This is not living wage. This is not living wage at all. You know what I'm saying? What if you have 20 people come in on your shift and they all give you $2?
Which is possible.
That's
Which
not,
is very possible.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Bro,
It's not enough. It's like, wow.
it's ridiculous, bro. Like,
And I might have to bust that down with the other girl on the other side.
how about it? How
Because-
about it?
Because she got 13 whole people or groups or whatever, you know what I'm saying, in the whole shift.
And it's funny because it's like once COVID hit, right? And motherfuckers, you know, was forced out of work, and they still getting them stimulus payments, right? And motherfuckers like, yo, I'm making more money than I was making when I was working, getting paid this $9.25 an hour, right?
Absolutely.
So now motherfuckers like, I ain't going back to work for that bullshit. And they wonder why motherfuckers like, nah, I don't want to work. I'm not working for that shit. So certain places are starting to raise their pay. Saying, all right, look, we're going to give you X amount of dollars, you know what I'm saying? Because they realize, like, nigga, we ain't got to take this shit. So it ain't going to happen, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you realistically expect motherfuckers to live?
They don't care,
bro.
They don't care about the average working person. Like I said, if they could pay you less, they would. They fight tooth and nail to keep the minimum wage down, and they make sure to offer it whenever they can. They just now looking at like, man, people just not coming out the house for $9.25.
It's a safe place.
Hey man, look,
We all
man.
been there, man. Everybody.
Thing, motherfucker. With the minimum, even like what you said, with $10, you was making that at 80.
That was under the table, man. There was a lot of, you know, he was.
But that's considered alright now. You know what I'm saying? A 10, you know what I mean? Some motherfuckers don't want $10, you know what I mean? They like, I need 15, 12, 14. But 10 is better than, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers know that's over minimum wage.
No, mind you, I'm gonna say this. That I was extremely fortunate because I was able to do catering events. Now, mind you, I'm an 8th grade kid, so I have no expenses. So it's different for you, you know what I'm saying? For me, in 88, 89, I had no expenses. So that was all literally just bullshit money for me. But imagine, think about it. There's individuals who was adults, and I worked with one who was getting close to that as a 25, 30-year-old. He was the chef working with me. That's crazy. And if fast forward 30 plus years ahead, and to find out that the minimum wage has only jumped up a few dollars, that's alarming. That's alarming.
That's fucking,
Alarming.
One niggas in the warehouse.
You ain't never lied excited about that.
Hey man,
That's where all the money at. You want
It
a
is,
job,
it is.
you want
Especially
a
nowhere
nice
now.
paying job, a high paying job. They want you in them warehouses.
So listen, and it's funny that you would say that because in Delaware we have how many Amazon plants now?
It's like 3, 2.
We got one on Boxwood,
Many,
we
many,
got
many.
one on 13, we got one in Middletown, we got one literally in Newcastle. That's 4 actually. That's 4.
Man,
And these are major plants. These ain't no small. These are complexes.
There's 2 more within 15 minutes away. The 2 in Jersey. They right there.
There is,
right
yeah, absolutely.
downtown.
Right
That's
over
like
the bridge.
that's right over the bridge.
We as an Uber driver, I have dropped somebody off
You know what I'm saying?
at the Jersey Amazon plant. Absolutely.
That's where they want you.
And it's
at.
only 15, 20 minutes away, if that. It's not that far.
Wow, man. Like,
Yeah, the minimum wage. A lot of jobs can't withstand the minimum wage. The bus driver job can't withstand the minimum wage. Nobody wants to be a bus driver.
bro,
Let me ask you a question. I'm not sure if anybody knows this. Anybody that may know this, chime in. Does, like the warehouse workers, or is there like a union there?
No,
No.
Amazon, nah, there ain't no union. No,
No.
there ain't no union. No union.
If anybody knows different, let us know. We may be wrong.
Amazon-
I'm not afraid to be wrong. And
Amazon entices you with great hourly wages. But from what I hear, they get every drop of blood out of you.
I have an uncle that just started there. And mind you, now
That's his heart.
Now here's the thing. This is weird. This is the weird thing. This is the weird thing. This is the easiest shit ever.
Nigga.
I'm gonna keep it on.
Why did you know?
Keep it on it.
Yo, a chicken
Bro,
will fuck
you know,
up, nigga.
listen.
Biting
Ain't
you?
trying to die, bro.
Bro,
fuck
listen,
out of
I'm
me,
gonna tell you from a first-hand experience. My mother escaped from that area to avoid that. I have uncles that have a career as far as being in what was Holly Farms at one point, if you're old enough to
Tyson.
know what Holly Farm was, turned into Tyson,
Yeah.
Purdue. And there is an element, like you might eat that motherfucking chicken, but there's motherfuckers that will tell you that there's an element of the process of getting to that shit on your fork. There's a nigga that catches that motherfucker and he kills it
Yeah, that shit.
with his bare hands.
Oh,
And I personally know 4 or 5 niggas with chicken catching hands. And it's different
Next
hands.
to one.
And it's different
Sit
hands.
next to one.
It's different hands.
Listen, I worked out a chicken plant when I was knocked out down Georgetown.
Huh.
That's
I worked
close
at the
enough.
chicken plant.
Georgetown is far enough down south, absolutely.
Listen, 2 weeks. I ain't going back there. I ain't going back.
That's a way of life though for
Yeah.
people though.
Listen, they give you gloves. They give you the big shit that come up to here and everything. Don't joints. Hey, do that, motherfucker, nigga. Like, you trying to catch him. Trying to catch him, though.
That's different shit. That's different shit. Moving on, bro.
Wow.
Where we going, bro?
I'm gonna give y'all a name, man, and you may or may not recognize the name, right? The name is Samuel Collington, right? So Samuel Collington was rest in peace, Samuel Collington, he was a Temple student who was going back to his off-campus apartment in North Philly. And was carjacked, attempted carjack, he was murdered, right? He was a white kid, right? And I say that for a reason, because all of us sitting here are very familiar with Philly, right? We're very familiar with the fact that Temple is in North Philly, right? We're very familiar with the fact that North Philly might be the worst part of Philly, right? I could be wrong, right? In my opinion, it is. Other people might think otherwise, but I believe North Philly
got
is
personal
the
experience.
worst part of Philly.
I have a family member that went to Temple literally right there and lived off of Diamond Street.
I bet y'all.
Absolutely.
Rest in
Absolutely.
peace, baby Miguel. Rest in
Absolutely.
peace.
Absolutely. It is not a pleasant area if you're, well, proceed, bro.
It's not a pleasant area,
Proceed. Go ahead.
Period.
No, proceed.
especially if you're not from here. There.
We're not familiar.
Right.
We know how to move or
So,
operate.
so dig this, right? So Sammy Collington was a white kid who was returning back to his off-campus apartment in North Philly, and was attempted carjacking. He was murdered, right? Now he's one of many. He's one of many students who've been murdered. He's one of many people in Philly, obviously, who've been murdered this year, right? Yeah, so his parents and some other people in the community, in his parents' community, had a vigil for him. There was a couple hundred people, and they're now demanding, right? They're demanding extra police presence. They're demanding that Temple provide shuttles for the students to go here to and fro. And it appears to me like people are listening.
Let me interject.
Which is cool.
Now, these shuttles have always been in place because
Yeah, I was going to say.
the shuttles have always been in place. They've always had shuttles that have been, responsive to kids that have lived literally, within 3, 4, 5 block radius of the school. So that's nothing new. Now, the request is that there is more, but there's always been.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I have a little cousin that went there. Him and his homies, they had a brownstone 3 blocks away from the campus on Diamond Street, and there's always been shuttles there. So that what they're asking for is admission and more action. Absolutely. I'm not saying there was money. Additional shuttle that asking for stepped up police presence. And it appears that they're going to do what they're asking for.
Right. And the reason I brought this up is because before this kid was murdered, there have been several hundred murders, probably hundreds of murders of maybe Temple students over the last few years, et cetera, et cetera. But it appears again that now that this white kid has been murdered and his white parents and his white community is stepping up and saying, look, we demand this and this and that, it appears that shit is moving now, right? So, have we dropped the ball as a black community and not stepped up and demanded X, Y, and Z? Or do they just give a fuck because a bunch of white people are stepping up now?
Nah, I can't honestly say that. I just say for the fact that when you got an institution like Temple, and this incident, all eyes is on it. Not just Philly, not just all eyes is on Temple. That's a big university all over America. Motherfuckers know about Temple. You know what I'm saying? Football, basketball.
It's a national
Yeah,
university.
maybe arts for other people, maybe music for other people. You know, it's different.
And it's Bill
people.
Cosby School.
And it's a
Let's keep it
hospital
honest.
school.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I'm
Bill
saying?
Cosby School.
They get students from all over the world.
Okay.
So I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? That when it happens to in the community, say a student, that reflects the image of your school.
Has it not been reflecting the image of the school though? Because this ain't the first
Yeah,
murder.
I'm saying, if it was a murder from a Temple student, yeah, that reflect. If it wasn't a murder that wasn't a Temple student that had just happened in the neighborhood, nah, that don't reflect our school. It don't.
So,
Because that's the tapestry of the city.
Right.
And like
I
what I'm saying
understand
is-
that, but what I'm saying is it's not the first Temple student that's been murdered.
At all.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why is this different than the previous Temple students that
We not saying
I'm
it's-
asking you.
We not saying it's different. We
I
saying
am
they
saying it's
ask. We saying they ask. Are they going to get the extra?
So,
are they going to get the
I think they
extra
are.
police?
So are we dropping? Right. So
Are they going to get the?
Yes.
Look at the color of my hat.
All right.
So again, to my point, is it that us as the black community, and we don't live in Philly, but you know I consider us a black community. Is it that us as a black community did we drop the ball and not
Nah,
take the right steps when black
that's
people were killed?
I got
went to
it.
Temple.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta know the logistics because I don't know me personally right now of the black person getting killed. What's the logistics as I know the white person? I know the white person is getting carjacked and they got killed. I don't know why the black person. I don't know why the black person got killed. Okay. To me, if Temple, that way it makes sense for Temple. To me, if the black kid was a Temple student, you should want just all your students protected. It shouldn't matter if it's a black student or a white student. So that's why I said I don't know the logistics because that wouldn't even make sense for Temple to hire more because if you'd have hired more with the black dude, the white person probably got killed.
Maybe he would have.
But what if
maybe he would.
Because unfortunately, that's to me, and they go, and I'm gonna say that's kind of like, it's almost like that's the tapestry of,
please, good brother.
that's the tapestry.
But basically,
of the city.
what I was saying is, it's not really benefiting Temple either way. So we understand you got the white person got killed, and now y'all want to know a list. But that's not, you know what I'm saying? You never done it, so it's not really beneficial to you complaining or doing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it boils down to something even more fundamental that I ain't gonna glance over, but it's so present in just about everything we do. And it really boils down to, okay, well, like you said, this isn't the first murder on Temple student, but this is the timing of it is a little different. Timing of just America is a little different. So you gotta handle things a little differently. So it's kind of like the Iceman is saying, like, until now, it seems like, okay, well, we got it, we got it down. Now it's like, okay, well, we gotta change some things. All right, cool, change it. But like Iceman is saying, and what I'm trying to say is that we know I pretty much know there has been a black student that was murdered. Students that was murdered. And there wasn't this much stink made about it.
So let me ask a question.
But there's
let me interject. Right? Let me interject. In the same process of that, it has been. This is not the first white student that has been murdered on Temple campus.
Right.
And they haven't done nothing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The timing of it.
So let's just, we ain't gonna dance around it. The question was, did we drop the ball as a black community?
No.
No.
And
did we drop the ball as a black community?
As far as that situation,
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But as far as any killing needs money and influence to make it solved. White people, they have the money and the influence. That's how they get their crimes.
So it's not us dropping the ball. It's, we just don't have.
Yeah, because you can scream from the top of the roof,
Right.
but until
Nothing, and that's why I'm saying
until
nothing
you got
has
the
changed.
capital or the influence, it means nothing.
But doesn't it boil down to, okay, I feel what you're saying, but the money and influence, right? Doesn't that boil down to the what do you call it, the higher ups, so to speak?
Can we make enough noise?
Now, I'm not saying that people.
Right.
I'm not saying that people making a noise for you. Because you always gonna have somebody with influence making a noise for you. Whether there be a preacher with a name, someone coming to scream at the top, a Benjamin Crump,
Right.
screaming at the top. It's you. If you have the money and the influence.
I don't know, but I don't know that this kid had the money and or the influence. I don't know that his parents had the money and or the
They got
influence.
something like
I-
they jumping down. Like I said.
I don't know, but,
like I
but,
said,
no,
if
but
they're
you know what
jump-
they have? They have community behind them. Is what I'm saying. They have a community. It was like 300 motherfuckers that had a vigil. So in my mind, it's the fact that these white people got together and they brought numbers out.
But what I'm saying,
I don't know what's in their pockets.
But what I'm saying is, this was a temple vigil. I'm pretty sure hundreds of kids came out for that black temple kid from that school. I'm pretty sure hundreds of kids came out to a vigil. His people, we don't know about his family. His family got some type of money
and in
and
most
make
cases,
some things
right.
move. They can make some shit
And in
move.
most cases, to piggyback on his point, in most cases, black people lives are very recoupable. Like they just don't mean that much.
But that's not what he said.
Nah. I'm just
That's
saying.
not what he said.
No,
If it was a black person that had money that could push
Right,
that.
but your line being recoupable ain't got nothing to
Oh,
do with money.
I didn't say that.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But there's been visuals for black and white.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So hold on.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if this was a black person, I still don't know if anything would have moved.
A specific black person. Let's say
more than likely a black person who doesn't have the resource.
Let's say this
And
is.
they already look at you as.
Let's say this is Jaden Smith.
Now that would be different, but J.D. Smith don't go to Temple.
No, well, we're just hypothetical because we gotta have. We gotta throw somebody with that kind of. Apparently,
That might be different.
Have we had anybody that passed away with that kind of?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
that thing. It wouldn't even. That thing, Will Smith and Jada wouldn't even have to ask for it because the world would ask for
But
security. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, they need more security
because they feel
need
like
more of this.
right because
they
that's
need more of that.
So is it that for white people it's got to be a white person, but for black people it has to be a Will and Jada son?
Unfortunately,
That's
kind of.
That is the point I was making.
I can't say
The point I was making is
because
this.
we just acknowledged that it was more than one. It has been more than one white person killed.
But that's
Right.
But statistically,
But
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
that white person is not this white person.
right.
It's a difference between these two white people. What's the difference? What's the difference?
Well, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Some of it is timing.
White people. Oh, the difference that set white people apart is what? Money. The difference that set this white person. I'm pretty sure. I'm not for sure. I'm pretty sure that person back to that's the difference between these two white people. So what I see, right?
I don't know that this white, I don't know this white person. Right? I've never heard this white person. When I said his name, it didn't ring a bell to none of y'all. Right? So this white person is not a person of
I know what it is.
Not a person of affluence that we know.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean because
No,
we
I
don't know.
I understand.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me finish my point. Understood. Great point. I understand what you're saying. My point is this, right? Again, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I saw on the news they had the vigil, and there was hundreds of white people out there at this vigil. And I get what you said too, right? I'm not ignoring your point when you said that I'm sure the black people have vigils too. Cool, I get that, right? But in my mind,
no, I wasn't saying black.
no, but you said that. You said they had a. You said
students for the black guy.
You're right, and I assumed that this conversation was about Temple students. I assumed we understood that, right? So I agree with what you said that when a black Temple student was murdered, whatever the case may be, they more than likely had a vigil, right? And there was people out there. But in my mind, there's a huge difference between 300 white students, parents, white community members at a vigil than 300 black community members at a vigil. In my mind, and from my experience, that 300 white people are going to move the needle more than those 300 black people are going to.
But what I'm saying to you is, out of 5 white people that got killed, why pick this one?
But that's what I'm saying.
I can't answer that.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
can't answer that. But I've never seen.
Plays a little bit part of.
I've never seen this kind of vigil. Sorry to cut you off, bro. I've never seen this kind of vigil for any other white person. I agree. I know for a fact there's other white Temple students murdered. I agree completely. Why this one and not that one? I don't know. That's a great question. But I can't ignore the fact that I believe that if it weren't these 100, 200, 300 white students, community members, parents, and it was the same amount of black community members and parents, I don't think it would be the same. To me, it just moves numbers differently when it's a bunch of white people.
We all agree on that.
We
Okay.
definitely agree on that.
Okay.
We definitely agree
Cool.
on that. We
We
definitely
all agree on that.
Hey man, let's go, man. Definitely agree on that, man. Moving on.
Definitely.
Move us along,
Facts.
bro. Move us along. Move the needle along.
Let's move this shit.
Move the needle along.
So check this out, right?
Appreciate y'all for walking with us, man. Appreciate y'all. It's the Fire Nights podcast, man. Again, man. Tuesday nights, we got NBA action, man. The Brooklyn Nets are up down 54, 68 to the Dallas Mavericks, and the Dodgers takes it away.
So dig it. First of all, let me say this. You know, a lot of people have been hitting me saying that we're having technical difficulties. Thank you, first and foremost, for letting me know. I appreciate it. We're working on it. We're doing what we can. Walk with us, please. Right? So, moving on, right? So there was a school shooting recently in Michigan, right? I don't know how many people died. Can somebody help me out? Because I don't remember how many people passed away. What's injured. I don't really know.
4 now.
Okay, so 4 dead. I'm sure there was some injured. Right? No injured, just 4 dead. Okay, my apologies. 4 dead. School shooting, Michigan. The kid was 15, 14, 15? High school student, young boy. His parents, it turned out his parents purchased the gun for him as a birthday gift. Right?
So wait, we got another parent purchasing a gun for a kid? And
His parents purchased the gun as a birthday gift. The day of the shooting, something happened in school where his parents came to the school and
Teacher caught him drawled on the shooting.
okay, thank you. Teacher caught him drawing some shit, some graphic shit about a shooting and blah blah blah. Teachers came, parents came to the school. They had a whole discussion, conversation. The teachers were like, "Yo, y'all should take him home." The teachers, the parents said, "No. He cool. He gonna stay here." He stayed. The rest is history, so to speak, right? And
No. I want you to.
in the school shooting, that's it. We shot some people. I want you to go through the events. I don't know the events. I want you to go through the mention. The teacher says, take this thing, take him home. He needs to learn. And he had this. And the parents said, no. We stayed. They had a conversation. I think that's important. I think that's extremely important. That's why I mentioned it.
It's in a jet. A week before he shot these people. The teachers call home.
We get the Yankman, please, Brother Mark.
To talk about this young man. Said he needs counseling. Told his parents he needs counseling. 2 weeks before he did this.
Sounds like
Facts.
kind of like
Everyone's at fault.
And in case y'all ain't figured it out, or if y'all been in a cave and been watching the news, he's a little white kid. Right? And to me, that is important because, you know, you hear about in society how the cops are scared of the black man, the community is scared of the black man. Everybody's scared of the black man, allegedly, right? Everybody's scared of the black man. But every time we hear about these fucking school shootings, it's a white kid. When we hear about the Walmart shootings, it's a white man. Right?
Kenosha.
Why the fuck they scared of us, dog?
Well, part of what you treated is you have to make people feel like everybody on, of a race or whatever is going to hurt you, going to murder you, rape you. You know what I'm saying? So you get enough of that stimuli, you have no choice but to look at people and say, oh, yeah, they should be shot, they should be murdered, they should be treated less than.
I'm shout out Jad Pitt.
You know, so when those things occur, you know what I'm saying, it's so blatantly, as you seen here, you're like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not the ones. If you notice, if you look around, this is quote unquote white on white crime.
Statistically,
Statistically,
yeah.
you know,
And
what I'm saying?
that's big because you know they all. What matters is statistics,
Yeah.
outside of the visuals. You know what I mean? But statistically, go ahead.
Yeah, but they don't talk about the mob. You know what I'm saying? They don't kill anybody outside the mob. You know, but that's neither here nor there. But right, you feel what I'm saying? You know, you got it's a different type of ball game, and what I'm saying is that's what on white crime, but that doesn't get talked about, and at least
That's not
furthermore,
headlines.
right? That furthermore strengthens my point to say that, oh no, these people get what they deserve, and these other people over here, no, let's do everything we can. No. He had mental problems and this and that. Why wasn't he sent home like other people? Oh no, because that would go against the narrative.
Fuck sent home. Why wasn't he arrested and accosted and rousted?
That's why I said everybody at fault.
Ralph, a lot of rollers.
The parents at fault for purchasing the gun and not taking the school at fault
I'll get to them.
because you had a problem kid, and like you said, it's a white kid. You got a problem with little black kid. You suspend them, want to send them home. You getting them out of there.
White kids get the benefit of the doubt.
You getting them out of there. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
getting them out of there. So the school is at fault too because you let them.
Yup.
sit in the school. Yeah,
Yup.
you're culpable.
Yup.
You're culpable.
Yup.
And he culpable.
And
Because like, yo, you 15, dog.
you know better.
Like, come on, suck it up, man. Go sit in your room and cry and do whatever you got to
Nah,
do.
they don't.
That's what I said. They don't
cry.
do that no more. That's what I said. They don't
cry.
do that. They kill everybody.
Different.
They kill everybody but the nigga that they still punks. But they kill everybody but the person that was fucking with them.
And check this out.
Still a punk.
And check this out. So when it turned when
Still a fucking punk.
when it came out that they was looking for the parents, right? First of all, let me say this: the feds knew that they were going to eventually look to arrest the parents, right? They knew that. That was a known fact, right? And this is coming from them. They knew. Yeah, we knew. Eventually, we still doing some research, blah blah. So when it comes time to say, all right, let's go get them. They didn't know where the fuck they was at, which to me is crazy because if they looking for us, right? If they lock me up and they know that y'all got something to do with it, they say, all right, listen, we're gonna get them. They gonna have surveillance on y'all.
Yeah.
So when they say, hey, let's go pick them up, yo, come on, man, they right there, right? But they didn't keep an eye on these white parents because the white parents said, we want you to something, yeah. And again, they give the benefit of the doubt, right? And then check this shit, man. But they was looking for the parents. For a smooth day. I looked at all the news channels, and I got a family let's put up our man. I took it was not on nothing. It was on no channel. It wasn't on anything. Right? This was not the news. This was not. How the fuck is that not the news story?
The manhunt to find
What the fuck?
fugitive individuals.
But
That's
we
not-
all know that was a black family looking for black parents. It had been on every motherfucking news
I
channel,
hate to be
man.
those guys, man. But yeah, I mean, I agree.
Man,
I hate to be those guys, man.
At the same point, we here at the Fine Nights, we're gonna bring up all discrepancies and inaccuracies
Shout out
and
Big Bro.
inequalities that happen.
Inequalities is the big. Yeah.
Shout out to
You know,
Key.
but that is what it is, man. You know, you feel what I'm saying? That is what it is. We
What it
all
is,
know.
man.
We all know that we would be treated different. We all know it. We all know that.
Yeah.
We beat a dead horse that way.
Shout out Millie Robinson on the check-in. What up, my dudes?
What up?
Kyle Rittenhouse walked in a peaceful rally with an AR rifle and murdered 2 people, and it was okay. According to society, this kid, his parents, now mind you, this is consent. They gave him a gun and pretty much arranged for him to stay in school. They ended up killing. Now mind you, death is death. I don't wish it on anybody, black or white. But I think that the penalties and the prosecution and the coverage is way different when it comes to a person of color as opposed to an individual, a European, or Anglo-Saxon, or however you want to call it.
It's crazy because like I always had a theory like about that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just how I feel, how I think about it. Cops and all that. How cops think. Not saying I know how they think. By any means, I don't know how they think. But just for like how white people. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I get the assumption that cops and everybody, they treat white people different because you don't know the lineage of that white person.
You
See what I'm
know
saying?
who they could be.
Who did?
Oh, this might be the mayor's son or the
Yes. Or the nephew, or not. I'm
But
just
that's
saying,
a good point, though.
or the uncle, or the cousin.
That's a good
That's why they don't want to.
This is gonna have a hell of a circle back, man.
That's
Stay
why they
tuned.
don't want to go too far with the white guy. Because I go too far with you, damn.
consequences.
It might have been the governor's nephew. It might have been the police chief's sister's son. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know.
So you speak of influence, right? Possibly. Influence or
Just
benefit of the
down
doubt.
the line, yeah, just benefit of the doubt. Or you know what I mean? Like, yo, I roughed up my wife's cousin on the, you know what I'm saying? And I just didn't know. Like they white, so I'ma just.
I don't even think it's that deep. I don't even think it's that deep. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? To piggyback on this point, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it don't even have to, they ain't even thinking that deep like this could be the governor's son, right? This is just someone who looks like me. And I've been programmed to do this.
Programmed.
I've been programmed to do this.
Programmed. Key word, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of, it doesn't matter. We all know the statistics. If I go to jail for something that somebody else goes to jail, the same exact thing, I get three times more the time. It has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, like who they may think your family may be, so to speak. I don't even think it's that deep. Like, oh, you look like me, so I'm supposed to treat you like me, or treat you how I want to be treated.
Like my son. You could be my son.
Not the governor's son. You could be my son.
There's no compassion.
There's no compassion.
There's no compassion when it comes to you.
You know what I mean? Not just necessarily
You're right.
anybody,
You're right, though.
just, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
anybody
yeah.
with influence.
Yeah, y'all
Just like,
say the
yo,
same thing. Y'all right. Yeah,
like,
that's
well,
real.
yeah,
That's
man.
real.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
I don't even think it's that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you look like me, so I'm going to treat you like this. And not just in policing, in all aspects of life. That's what I'm saying. You look like me, so you get the benefit of the doubt. You even know you're getting the benefit of the doubt.
You know what's sad though, bro? But that's a great point, right? What's sad is that I've been in the military, right? I've been around a lot of different places and things, right? And I have to say, man, and the benefit of saying, but I have to be honest and say that us as black people, we do that the least. We give our own people the benefit of the doubt, the least, right? I'm speaking from experience, man. Like in the military, I will watch how we would have, a person in charge who would be Samoan, and they look out for all the Samoan people, right? And I look and I see how we have a Latino person in charge, and they look out for all the Latinos. But then we got a black person in charge, and from my experience, this is not everybody, but from my experience, they're too busy trying to impress their white captain, major, colonel. So they try to make it a point to rule with an iron fist on us in particular, on
Instead
our
of
own
providing
people.
that same nepotism back.
Instead of providing the same benefit of the doubt, the same, yo, let me pull your coattail, man, and put you dead. That type shit. You understand what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I've been a boss, right? So right is wrong, right is right.
I was about to allude to that.
Right is right and wrong is wrong. I get it. But there are some situations where you can give the person a benefit of the doubt, and I've done that.
Because I'll say this, because for us to gain, and I'm gonna be short, I'm gonna let you go. For us to gain positions of power in management, things of that nature, man. I think we are looked at. We don't have free reign when we get there. It's like we're under a microscope. So there is a difficulty there because I've dealt with many managers, and it is to a point where you don't get that. See, I've been judged a little differently because I've had an African American manager or a manager of color, and me being an African American, and I felt as though it's been harder on me because he's then transferred that same pressure and expectation that we've got to do something a specific way instead of like what you said.
My thing with that is like, when it was like the Latinos and all that, they outlook on America is different than our outlook. You know what I'm saying? If we not competing, you know what I'm saying? If black people not competing, we're yes men. You know what I'm saying? We're yes men. If we not competing, when they came in, they didn't have to compete. You know what I'm saying? We always had to compete or do something or walk the thin line. You know what I'm saying? Walk it real tiptoey because the hammer was gonna come down on. They didn't experience that. They never experienced that.
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna have to disagree with you in the sense of Latinos, Samoans, because these same Latinos and Samoans, and I'm speaking of in the military environment that I was in, they were viewed as people of color. They were viewed as this. They were viewed the same as me. You understand what I'm saying?
But
they weren't viewed as
you.
Well, I treated them the same as me.
But you didn't view them the
Right,
same
but
as
but
you.
but to me that's one and the same. To me, it's one and the same. How you view somebody, how you treat somebody, to me is one and the same because I view them as my peers, as my equals. Whereas I've run across captains, majors who had white people who were white, and then they've had their black or colored peers who were captains, majors, and they didn't treat them the same or look at them the same.
But the captain's major, you wasn't looking at them as far as what you had to go through. You wasn't looking at them like, yo, they didn't have to go through the shit that I had to go through because I'm a black dude in America. But that's always on your mind. You wasn't looking at them. You
I
didn't think
was
about them.
because I understood what the blacks and the blacks, Latinos, and Samoans and others. I understood their struggle because I was going through it at that moment. You understand what I'm saying? Because I wasn't in charge in the military at some point, but they were. So I understood what they had to go through to get there. You understand what I'm saying? And I've always been, I've always been a cat who, my homies that Joe met were sergeants, and because I was the guy who get along with anybody. You understand what I'm saying? So I made it a point, and maybe that's just the kind of person I am. I made it a point to always put myself in someone else's shoes. Right? Let me give you an example. I started at a job, right? And let's say all of us start together. We're in training, right? We all start at the same day. We all train together, and we all right? And then a year from now, I get promoted and I'm the boss, right? What I've learned is the people that I've seen and I've encountered, the people who weren't promoted to the boss, they don't treat me as their new boss the same as they would treat that white boss. Because with me, they expect, man, I'm gonna come this late, but shit, I'm cool. Man, everyone expects to benefit us, right? We expect the black boss to give us the benefit of the doubt. Whereas we wouldn't have that same conversation with the white boss, right? So I kind of understand why some blacks, Latinos, and others in charge don't want to look out sometimes, because a lot of us we take advantage of that. And again, this is my experience. I'm not saying everybody does this, but this is my experience in military, this is my experience in banking, my experience in finance. All the time it happens. We don't want to look at you. I can't look at you as my boss because 2 months ago we were peers. Well, nah, that's changed now, bro. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of us can't put on that different. We don't have that different outlook. So, in the end, it fucks it up for all of us, because now I can't look out for you because you want to come in late every other fucking day, And when I write you up, that's crazy, man. That nigga be mad, man. That's fucked up. That nigga, that's my man. We started saying, nah, nigga, you was late 5 times.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate that that was your experience with I guess your experience.
Absolutely.
Not saying it doesn't happen. No. It happens a lot. But to me, you know what I'm saying, it's not that deep. Because a lot of times when you have other people, whatever color, you have their people doing the same stuff that we do. You know what I'm saying? Coming in late and stuff like that. You know, so those type of things. That's more of a character in the individual, character flaw in the individual person. That's what I like to think. But to me, it comes back to what I spoke on earlier. Different things are picked up by different people. Us as black people have picked up a certain thing to whereas we have to be above and beyond the next person in our job just to keep our job. Whether that's fair or not, I say that's not fair because there's a thin line you have to walk. Like you said, being in the position you've been in, you had to walk. But at the same time, there has been people of all different races and colors and creeds that have been in positions of color, and they've let their people do certain things.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's real.
so what I'm saying with that is that a lot of times when you get a black manager or you get somebody black in power, we all looking for them to do certain things. But when you start showing up late, that's more on the individual who's showing up late as opposed to the manager who's letting you come in late. Like, dog, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you wouldn't do this for any race, any other race. Why you doing this to me?
Out there.
Now, from my experience, when I've had a black manager, I'm like, nah, we ain't playing those type of games. We aren't playing those type of games. And I'm saying I'll necessarily let you know what kind of games we will play, but we're not playing those type of games.
It's a level of, unfortunately on us, it's a level of excellence.
I just say be professional.
Closing thoughts.
Yeah, that's how I just
Like you
say.
said,
Man,
it's
it don't
that's real.
It don't even.
That's
Yeah,
real.
that's how I just say. Just be professional with it. You know what I'm saying? It's man. Listen.
Moving on.
Listen. My struggle shouldn't make you lazy.
There it is.
True.
My struggle shouldn't make you lazy. It's because I'm the black manager.
Right.
Should make all y'all lazy.
My power should be
Yeah,
That's real.
man, that's
I
not
struggled here.
That's real.
I struggled to get here. I ain't get here just to pull y'all with me.
And you know what I used to tell my people, man? Specifically, my black people who work for me. Y'all can make this easy for all of us. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my part, right? But it's what you do, man, that is gonna reflect on you and me. You understand what I'm saying? The easier you make this, the easier you make the others and everybody coming behind you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a good to be there, shut that. You understand what I'm saying? But you have to better, it's a better, man. Listen, I live in the world. From my experience, the world is just like the streets, man. It's a game, it's the same shit. You just gotta play your position and play that shit better. And that's really all it boils down to. Shit ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard at all, though. You just have to, just like you play your position in the streets, you was hustling for somebody, you was doing X, Y, and Z, and it's time to bring the money, you bring the money in. And that's, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. It's that simple.
I deal with that right
It's
now.
that fucking
I deal with that
simple,
right
bro.
now. I have an African American manager, and my goal is excellence because at the end of the day, the less
Shout
he
out
has
Bridget
to,
Bozeman.
the less he has to deal with, the easier it is for me. Period.
That
Moving
part.
on. Let's go. Where we
That
going,
hard, bro.
Where we
So
going?
dig it, right? I think it was last week. Something like that. I was scrolling through Netflix and I came across this show. True story. True story.
Good series. Good
Kevin
show.
Hart, Wesley Snipes, a couple other notable names, but those are the primary names. Yo, this show was good as a
Nah, fuck that.
bro.
Nah, fuck that.
Hey, yo.
Let me tell you something.
Yo,
Nah, go ahead, Fresh. I got thoughts, but go, Fresh.
Hey yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. To see Kevin Hart in a serious role, he killed people, he cried.
Y'all said he couldn't do it though.
Yo, I was actually pleasantly surprised by what Kevin Hart, not just Kevin Hart, because actually, the first episode I was like, oh, they put on Iceberg Slim. I said, they put on Iceberg Slim. My wife was like, I said, Dave Chappelle, remember at the end, he was like, nah, he was talking. I said, man, she gonna end up not being dead. I said, but I want to see how this all plays out. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see how it all plays out. And it kept my attention for all 6, 7, 8, I don't know how many episodes it was, but it kept my attention. Even though I knew, I was like, oh man, she ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? There's something funny about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, that might even been like, that might even been part of like, nah, we want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, to kind of think she's still living. But I was like, oh nah, you put on the Iceberg Slim.
This is why that was so important. And I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna sit here and say Kevin Hart delivered some Oscar performance, blah. He didn't do that. But what he did was, it was so far from what you were used to, and I give him credit for this. I believe the role.
Yes.
I believe the role. You know what I mean? Because it was a detachment from what I was used to, and then when you have a detachment, you start to think, well, damn, okay, well, let me look at it. I bought it.
That's actually
I did buy it. So what he did was, and I'm glad you say that, because we might not all agree, but I'm glad you mentioned that, because he sold the role as much as he could. Was it some A+ Oscar performance? It may not have been, but what it did
Was it a role?
It may not have been.
Well,
and I'm glad you said that. It may
not have been a far stretch for him, but just without the jokes. Just without the jokes.
Is that Kevin Hart without the joke? Kevin Hart now on stage. That's it.
But we don't know. But we don't know if that's going Kevin Hart without the jokes. We don't know if that's going to keep anybody for 8 episodes.
Can we agree on this? Can we give a shout out to the writers?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think more importantly than his performance, the writing. Because you have to have a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? You could be a race car driver and your vehicle could be trash and you could crash. But you have to have a finely tuned vehicle to get into and be able to drive.
You can't downplay the acting though, bro.
I can't. But with that being said, an actor is only good. An actor is only good as his vehicle, which is the shit.
But vice versa as well.
Yeah, because
it was written, I would have did that shit. I wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying? What did they say? So it's I think vice versa.
Because it was hold on. Because let me tell you something. It was. That's what I'm saying. And I think that was.
It don't matter who was in the movie.
Right.
It was an interesting movie.
Yeah. Because you can literally have a trash movie and an actor. I don't think he carried that serious. I think the series was good, and he contributed to a positive way. Absolutely, the whole of the actor was important. We're used to Wesley being in more dominant roles, but he was more of a passive role.
I'll let Kev grow in this.
Say that again.
I'll let Kev grow in this.
It was passive aggressive in that moment.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll let Kev grow in this. I'll let you get your chops, man. I mean, I'm already comfortable over here doing this.
He didn't dominate the movie. This wasn't a Wesley Snipes movie. This was
Kevin Hart. Yeah, Kevin Hart did his thing seriously, and whether he was or wasn't playing that far, a stress from himself without the jokes, it's still, like you said, sold it. I believed him, and even though I was like, oh man, they pulling off a Iceberg Slim, I was entrenched for the whole 8 episodes. I was like, wow, damn. You know what I'm saying?
I watched it in one day, bro.
Yeah.
back to back.
I watched it in one day up till like 3 in the morning because I couldn't stop. And I'm gonna tell you something. Even my wife, and she don't even fuck with fiction at all. She don't fuck with fiction at all. And she was documentaries and reality TV. That's
Murder porn, huh?
all that.
Murder porn, okay.
All that.
ID
First
channel.
48,
Oh,
locked
yeah.
in, 100% all day.
Okay.
Real Housewife,
Yeah.
reality shit. But she was like, oh, yeah, this is kind of good. Like, and mind you, like I said, we picked the plot apart because it made you do it because she was like, God damn, where they going next? So naturally, because we've been exposed to so many whodunits, and we naturally try to do that. But this was captivating. If you understand the point of the twist and turn. So
From the door.
yeah, I want to give a shout out to the writers of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And it hit. This one hit. This one hit. And I'm gonna tell you something. And you know how me and you had this conversation a while ago in terms of the great comics and the categories and how we judge them. There's multiple categories.
This is what we can add in.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah. You got
They all did it.
you got your stand up,
They all
you got
get
your
serious.
movie roles, you got your
You ain't
classic
a comedy
TV show.
if you can't get serious. Even the white boys get serious.
Think about this.
You know what
though.
I'm saying? Show their depth.
Eddie in life. He was funny, but it wasn't a comedy. He was funny in life. It wasn't a comedy.
Green Girls. Eddie and
Right.
Green girl.
That's more.
Ray and all that.
That's what I'm saying.
He working hard.
Now, I'm not saying, like I said, I want to preface this by, this is not an Oscar award, but I can say that he is now opened the door to, okay, now I'm a serious actor.
You gotta pay attention to him now.
I'm a thespian.
Yeah.
I'm a
That's
thespian.
real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
that's real.
you don't just have to just call me up. You crack jokes. You know, to holler. This is what
I'm
I
not the
do.
punchline.
Nah,
Say something funny.
Yeah.
This ain't the
Right,
jungle
I come
film or with The Rock where I'm the guy. No, I can be called on
Shit,
for
that nigga was
supporting
just
roles
on
or,
TV tonight.
that's what I'm saying.
Kevin Hart, him and Damon Wayans was doing the different strokes. The
That was tonight?
Oh.
Wow, we missed. Oh, I missed
That shit
that.
was a night of live.
Yo, if
Thank
you
God
watched
for
that,
TV.
man. If
Thank
you
God
watched
for
the
On
China
Demand.
Man, how did that come off?
Thank God for On Demand.
Wow, I missed that.
See it, man.
Yeah,
I missed that.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
that true story, man. That
Yeah, that's
it was
go
some good
watch
shit.
it. Go
Like
watch
you
it.
said,
You
like
got
you said,
Netflix,
the writing was excellent.
Fire Stick.
The acting was excellent, and not just Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was excellent, but not just Kevin Hart.
Right,
The writing and the acting
the whole
was
writing was.
excellent, man.
That's why I said.
Excellent.
Not to take nothing from Kevin Hart because he did great, but I just think it was a well-written, directed
extremely
movie
well written.
that you could put anybody in there, and the movie would have been just as good. You know what I'm saying? It was a good movie. It was a
That's a hell of a vehicle for him.
It was dope.
Hell of a vehicle for him, man. Shout out to Kev,
That's
man.
what I'm saying, man.
That was major. That was a major joint right there. That was a major joint right there for him. Big feather in his cap, man.
Yeah.
Big feather in Kev cap, man. We gotta give it to him. I know a lot of people, you know what I mean, don't really fuck with Kev like that, but
I never not fucking cared.
it's a major feather in his cap, man. I love it.
He's a higher up. He may not be on the top tier, but he's a higher
Now,
up.
let's keep it 100. Kevin Hart is a fucking comedic rock star. Period. Let's not.
hell yeah.
That, we haven't had many of them. He's a comedic rock star, and now he's now said, okay, I'm expanding. Right. I'm expanding because, like I said, we lined up the greats. The greats. There's 2 categories we expand. You gotta have that classic movie. You gotta have that classic TV show. You gotta have classic stand-ups. Now, mind you, this may not have been a TV show, but it's a classic movie for them. Classic series.
Yes. Shout out Nardo. Nardo said it's not his first role. The movie Upside was. You're right.
Yes.
Great movie. And then
Yes,
also,
yes.
Sequetta said Fatherhood. That was
Fatherhood,
a dope
yes,
ass
yes.
movie too. So yeah, you're right. Go for
Might
your
be
right.
underselling the
Thanks
ball.
for the
Nah,
reminder.
Upside, it was alright, but that was a
That shit,
remake.
yeah, it was.
Remake.
What movie is it these days? That was a
True,
remake. You're right.
true,
But it was
true.
dope. And Fatherhood was dope as shit too. Thanks for the reminder, y'all. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Fatherhood was good.
Yeah,
Fatherhood.
Appreciate the community chiming in. That's what
Right, right.
Correct us when we
right.
wrong or correct us when we miss something. That's the beauty in what we do, man. Correct us y'all here, y'all part of the live experience. Man.
Thank you.
Real
Thank you.
shit. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, man.
Shout out Rick Wood.
What up, cuz?
bro?
What up, cuz? We rolling right now.
Shout out Angie Gillespie. Thanks for checking in. What's happening?
Right back.
But listen, man. Kevin Hart, man. If you ain't seen that movie,
Yeah, check it out.
check it out.
Check it out.
It's
Check
worth
it
the
out.
watch.
Check it out.
Netflix. It's called True Story. It's a good look. It's a good
The
look.
funny thing is now I'm wondering if it's a true story.
Right, how about that? How about that?
Who the fuck he know that did some shit like that? Or if he just saying that, from Iceberg Slim. I was like, damn, I swear, I was like, yo, he pulling off a Dave Chappelle Iceberg Slim. My wife was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, wow.
That shit was good.
Yeah, but it kept me the whole time. It kept me the whole time, man.
All right, check this out. Give me some. Bang, give me a little.
Pinny, pin, pinny, pin.
Okay.
Pinny, pin, pinny, pin.
Okay.
Pin, 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 pin. Pinny, pin, pinny, pin, pinny, pin, pin, pin. Pin, 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 pin.
Cause y'all can't see that.
How about the boys?
I said Dallas Cowboy look. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So listen, man. We gonna move it along, man. We gonna move it along. We gonna talk about shout out to Nicole Velvet Joyce on the check, man.
Velvet love.
We gonna shout out. We gonna talk about a little. We gonna talk about some fire nice performances in the NFL, man. And I'm gonna go first, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Listen.
Rewind. Oh.
Shit. Oh shit. He's back. He's back.
Roll Tide!
How about Bama, folks? How about Bama?
Roll Tide!
How about Bama?
Let's go!
Bama for Alabama.
Let's go!
And they probably got the front runner for the Heisman.
Listen,
And we got the Heisman Trophy winner.
and it was a home game for Georgia, man.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's go!
I think that is probably what's lost in every SEC championship. That 9 times out of 10,
Man.
Georgia has played in quite a few of these. Not to say that other teams have a home field, but when Georgia has played in, it's in the Georgia Dome. That's a home game for a prohibited favorite.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
Roll
A
Tide.
lot of people put them on the same tier or level as Alabama, and they're just not. Actually, Alabama is on their own level and tier. You know what I'm saying? It's Alabama, then whoever, however you want to play them. But a lot of people, oh, Georgia this, Georgia that.
I don't like that
Man.
bullshit, but it's like that every fucking year, and I because it's not my team. I do love a level of dominance, and it is what the fuck it is, man. It is.
Beat 'em.
Do something about it.
Beat them.
Like what Conor McGregor said. Do something about it. Do something about it. Like Conor said, do something about it.
Roll Tide.
What y'all gonna do? What y'all
Not
gonna
only do you have a chance in the SEC championship game to knock them off, but you have a 2-game playoff to get these motherfuckers the fuck out of here. And
We're going
do something about it.
Daddy, we're going to drug them.
Do something about it.
Hey, yo, I got a fire performance.
Okay.
I got a fire performance. I actually want to give it to, I'll give it to a team, but I want to give it to a coach.
I know, the motherfucking hoodie. No. Stay with the clothes. Stay with the college theme. Give the Pats what they deserve to be back. That'll be the biggest rivalry. Yo, they finally got over that motherfucking hump. They finally got over that hump. Emphatically, yo, this is what they used to say. We're gonna bone it.
That's 89 G. We're gonna bone it.
We're gonna
Shout
bone
out
it,
to Bus
bone
Curtis.
it,
We're
bone
gonna
it.
bone it. We're gonna bone it.
And they just ran him off the field. So I'm like, yo, they ran him off the field, and I'm not the biggest believer in Ohio State Probably, and it's gonna be because I actually think those are both. They're the same team to me. They're the same team to me. But George has been there a little bit more frequent. You know, so they're like, nah, this stage ain't gonna be too big for us against y'all, against Michigan.
We will see. That's why they play the game.
That's why they play the game.
Now go. You was going somewhere.
The rumors of the hoodies' demise have been greatly exaggerated. Let the record reflect that the man is now holding on to the #1 seed in the AFC. Yes, he is. The hoodie. Everybody, oh man, Buffalo this and Kansas City that. The Eagle Empire is back. And the crazy thing was, he even was joking today. Oh yeah, we knew Buffalo's whole playbook.
He was cracking
Ooh,
jokes.
he was cracking jokes.
Let me.
That might not have been a
Hold
joke.
on. Time. Might not been a joke.
You might have knew that playbook.
You ain't think about that, did you?
No, but
Hold, bro.
You ain't think about that.
Let me get quiet on the set. What did he say, bro?
It was like, oh man, you put up a great performance and this and that. Well, did you guys have any extra practice? Oh man, we knew all the plays that was going to run. And he left behind that. He left.
Oh no.
Yeah, evil laugh.
Maniacal laugh. Let's not. There may be something to that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I am saying. Proceed.
Yo, the hoodie. Yo, I put it to you like this. When it comes to coaches, NFL coaches, he's the most prepared. He's the most innovative. With whatever teams he has, it doesn't matter if he has stars or whatever.
He's the bad guy, and he's fucking back.
Right, and he's back. And the whole AFC, matter of fact, not just the AFC, the whole NFL, you're back on notice because everybody has to take into account that it's just not a regular coach. This is Bill Belichick, a.k.a. the Hoodie.
They're on a 7-game streak?
7-game streak. They've won all their games on the road. All their games on the road. They're 7-0 on the road.
That's impressive.
#1 seed in the AFC. Saw a huge fire from my man, the Hoodie, Bill Belichick.
Not right now. Fire performance. Michael Parsons. Again. Michael Parsons is the real deal. If y'all don't know by now, they ain't just talking about defensive rookie of the year no more. They talking about defensive player of the year now. He's in the conversation. He might not get it, but he's in the conversation. That's big. Shout out to him, man. Big fire performance to him. Fire performance to the Washington football team. On some real shit. Fire performance to the WFT. Real. Shout out performance to Gardner Minshew. I mean, they played Will Penn High School. But shout out to Gardner Minshew.
I've always been a mustache fan.
I've never beaten them. That's the wildest shit that you have never beaten their franchise.
Gardner Minshew, man. Shout out to that guy, man.
Yo,
is it a quarterback controvery in Philly?
It should be, but it's not.
It should
be, but it's not.
Wait a minute, because you say it's not, meaning because are you saying keep that man at the helm, or are you saying like no, give the ball back the role? Because that could mean two things. I want you to clarify. Is it not a quarterback controversy? Like, nah, not really. Gardner should be going from here on out. There is no controversy, or in the back end. He did the back up there as he should have.
I'm not impressed with the Jalen performance. That's just my opinion. I'm not speaking for certain therapist, I'm speaking as a football fan. I'm not impressed. The Jalen is the best. Because the Lions, they had a great finish. Oh, Jalen's back. That's the stat line, I can't remember exactly. It was like
9 for something, 3 interceptions. No, like Jalen's not that good to me. I'm keeping it real.
You much rather Jalen at the helm than Minshew?
No, that ain't what I said at all.
I mean, you rather bench.
I said.
Oh no, you sound like you want Gardner. You sound like you want Jalen at the helm because you don't
But
care
that's
about
not-
Jalen.
That's not. Oh yeah. As a Cowboys fan, of course.
Okay, yeah. Everybody know you're a Cowboy.
No. But again, but I'm speaking right now as a football fan.
Who they play?
As a football fan,
Jets.
right? But
Who y'all always
Jaden
play?
only
The
had
Jets.
good games against the Lions, against bum teams. Jalen's not a good quarterback to me, bro. I'd much rather play against Jalen than play against Gardner Minshew.
Why?
Because Jalen is trash.
Okay.
So I'd rather play against Jalen.
Gardner Minshew trash.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he's. I don't.
Why?
I'll say
Corbett will pick?
Nah, I don't know. No. I think he's a better quarterback than Jalen.
when
Got
I,
a job
That's
too.
my
Everywhere he go.
Perhaps.
He didn't get his job taken at Jacksonville. He didn't get his job taken. They brought in
The number one pick, he got
Yeah.
a job too. What are you talking
Now,
about?
when you're the number one pick, you gonna get carte blanche.
Yeah,
you are. You're gonna get carte blanche. That's just like the way. Okay, that's just like simply. For instance, your team drafted Tua. That spelled the end of Fitzmagic. And he was playing well. He was playing well. But we knew it was gonna happen.
He never played when Trevor Lawrence got on the roster.
Yeah, because it was at that point it was over. But he had success with
Do you
Jacksonville.
remember that they went into the
Minshew
very
name
last
is not
minute
like something we're
to
just
actually
making up.
name Trevor Lawrence the quarterback because actually Gardner Minshew played a lot better than what they will allude to in camp. Like, man, how would this look if our number one pick, who everybody anointed,
Can't beat out Gardner Minshew.
can't beat out Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, but you don't even have to play better than the guy that's already there. If you're the number one pick, you're going to get certain
And they
luxuries than that
And
guy.
they waited
That's
to
just
the last,
how the league works.
And they waited to the last week to actually name Trevor Lawrence
That's
the
not-
quarterback because Gardner Minshew.
Was it ever in doubt for you though? Was it ever in question for you?
Well, from what I've seen of Gardner Minshew, like I said, I've always been a mustache fan. I went back to Washington State with the mustache.
You didn't answer my question.
Let me preface it by saying what I'm saying. What I've seen from Gardner Minshew playing with the Jaguars, I said that's an NFL quarterback playing for a not NFL team. Now I ain't saying you top tier, no, but that's a starting NFL quarterback playing for a not NFL team. That's what I said. So I was like, okay, well when you get a little bit better pieces around you, that's how you look. I ain't mad at you.
Jalen Hurts is not a franchise quarterback.
Dak ain't neither.
Well.
Shots fired.
Nah, it's
Shots
not.
fired.
It's not shots fired.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's not,
That's
because-
what I'm saying.
because-
He having a better season than Dak.
If you know me,
Nah.
you know that that's not shots fired to me.
Well, yeah.
I know you don't like Dak.
Because I'm not the
But I'm
biggest
just
Dak fan.
comparing. Jalen
I-
Hurts
I-
having a.
I disagree with what he just said.
Yeah, I disagree.
I disagree
too.
with
I
that.
I disagree as well.
But
With that.
one of my ice performances was Dak Prescott. And he has been
true.
for the last 3 weeks. And y'all heard me say that on these airwaves. Because Dak Prescott is not the same Dak Prescott I seen the first 5 games of the season. To me, he's not that same guy.
He hasn't been.
Once he went out that one game for knee, whatever the fuck it was, when he came back, he hasn't looked the same to me. And in my mind right now, we will not win anything with him playing the way he's playing. Period. And that's what it is.
Fire performance? You got some fire performances over the past week,
Man, my 5 performances, Arizona Cardinals. They keep fucking winning, dog.
What they like? 10-2, 9-2?
They keep winning, man. I don't know what it is.
That's my favorite player in the league out there.
I don't know what it is, but they got the formula. They keep winning. That's my 5. Who lost my 5? I give it up to Detroit for getting off that Detroit gotta win, baby. And I like to give up to that person. 6.5 games in history. You know what I'm saying?
Cousin B and Drew Johnson. Your team get my my very slushy ice ball. Oh my God. I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all must burn up.
Oh, shit.
Right, y'all must burn up more NFL gear.
The
Did
baby,
that man just say that he denounced the team?
the baby's
Yeah,
I only had two
I heard.
announcements in my
Wait, who
life.
said that?
Cousin B said that's no longer my team.
Wow.
Was that tongue in cheek or was he serious?
Cousin B, I think he
If you was serious, man, nigga, you'll never live that down. I'm gonna
think
go
he's
ahead and just say
emotional. I think
that was
he's
just
emotional.
tongue in cheek.
Cousin B has said that on Facebook. He said this is no longer my team.
I think he was
I didn't even
emotional.
address it. I just kept on sliding.
Can I interject here?
Wow.
I'm gonna say something here, and I'm gonna give them the ice cold performance because you have chronicled their exploits over the season, that up and down roller coaster. And I'm gonna say one thing: they have a guy at the helm who is Captain Mediocrity, and that man sat here
I have a go.
and he told me in this very room, y'all should have signed him, and I laughed at him rather maniacally and said, "You will see." And over the past few years, he has proven he is Captain Mediocrity because with all of the tools that they have in Minnesota, they are literally fighting in a division for a playoff spot. Literally, and they're on the outside looking in as we speak. Fire performance. Once again, man, Jonathan Taylor from the Colts, man. Jonathan Taylor, man. Since King Henry went down, he's been the premier back in the NFL. Premier.
True that.
He's on a tear. So let's give it up for that man. That man has been doing big things, man, for that team, man. I gotta give it up to him. Gotta give it up to him.
He definitely doing
Another fire performance. I'm gonna give it to that young man in LA, went to Cincinnati. Now, I personally don't think that's a tall task to go in Cincinnati and win a game. Because, I mean, Cincinnati is Cincinnati. I mean, it's not like we're talking about a titan of a team. But to come into that duel against one of your peers who's considered, you know, a guy that is next along with you and outduel him, that's big in my opinion.
Yes.
That's big. Not against him, but against that guy. Because I happen to hold Joe Burrow in pretty high regard.
Yes,
I like Joe Burrow.
I do.
Just unfortunately, he plays for the Bengals, and unfortunately, he's got a fucking albatross around his neck that he's got to fight for the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? He's got all the tools, yeah. But for them to go in and for Herbert to put up the type of performance that he put up, I got to give him a fire performance for the week. Big time performance for that guy. Big performance for that guy.
I want to say this, and I told everybody. When Cam came back that first game, right? And he was quote unquote right? He was like, "I'm back," and he got the stupid shit.
Mind you, they lost that game as well.
Nah, they won that first game.
They won the first game.
They won that game.
No, they won.
They won that
They
game.
won that first game.
Oh, okay, I'm
They
sorry.
won the first game. He was back. He played a big
Oh, yeah,
role.
yeah.
And I said-
he played a big role.
And I
Maybe
said on these
10 or 12
airwaves,
snaps.
I said, that shit is fool's gold. I've been saying for a while that Cam is done. I love Cam, bro. Cam is done. Cam's career is over. Cam is not a starting quarterback in the NFL. It's not. It's over. Fool's gold.
What did he do? Hold on. Let's
know
emphasize
the
this.
sentiments.
What did he do this past week?
He got benched.
Yeah. He didn't play, bro.
He got benched. Like, you know
He
what?
didn't play.
You know what, Superman? We're going to go ahead and put your cape up this week. We're going to go with the backup.
They didn't even go. Wait a minute.
He's done.
So in Carolina right now, you got Sam Darnold.
And I was on it. Yeah,
I ain't gonna leave you out there, bro.
man.
If we can roll the tape back, I think it might have been week 2 to 3, maybe. It was a fire performance. Man. Life comes at you fast. Send it. has literally said, "Oh, word? That's what y'all think of me? Hold my beer."
Trash.
Like, no,
bro.
multiple weeks straight.
Like, yo, what the bejesus is happening here?
Lackluster performance over lackluster performance over lackluster performance. To the point where a guy on the street literally came in and took your job, and he turned out to be utter Oscar the
He was
Grouch
who we thought he was.
trash can.
I thought Kim had a little bit more in him, but
It was exciting for a
but
week. No, he didn't say. No, I'm gonna give him a week and a half. Because he played well against us. He played well. He threw 2 touchdowns. He ran for 1, and he lost that game. And then,
man, that's trash. This is a throwing league, and this is the same reason why me and Jack Penny. This is why we say Jalen Hurts cannot be an NFL starting quarterback for somebody's franchise. No, you can't throw the deep ball, bro. If you can't throw over 40 yards, I'm sorry, man, you're going to be hindered. That running is not going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson may not be accurate, but he can fling that thing.
Oh, absolutely.
but I think Lamar Jackson has
I mean, he's actually
that stereotype and that criticism.
Yeah, but I'm
you know
just
what I
saying,
mean? I think so.
You got, I don't, you got.
What about you? Y'all,
something.
has he passed that? Lamar Jackson at
Yeah,
least,
he's
or no?
been-
You don't. You're not on that. Where are you with Lamar Jackson? I'm gonna go ahead and say Lamar Jackson's elite. Yeah, he's elite.
Yeah, I think he's.
He's elite, man. I'm not even saying Lamar Jackson's just a great athlete. He's a hell of a quarterback.
Yes.
He's a hell of a quarterback
I go the
because
same sentiments.
he can beat you
Yes.
with the arm as well as his legs.
Yes.
And let's not forget, they are 8-4.
Yes.
As it's weird now when they
might be
lose.
93 if they ain't go for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like they lost, and you would think that they were like 5-6 or.
The Bengals losing allowed them to go for that too. In my opinion, if the Bengals had won that game, they would have won overtime. Whether they won or lost, I don't know.
Let's switch gears.
He said it was because they was banged the defense.
Yeah, they
banged
couldn't
up.
even go another possession.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they said
they couldn't go another possession.
John was saying, man, I know them. They play the analytics. They predictable.
Hey, I mean, let's not be remiss in saying the play worked.
Yes.
The execution
Yeah,
just wasn't
yeah.
because the play was there. It just they didn't execute it.
They had them.
He was open. He was open. So it was the right call.
Yeah, it was the right call.
right call. It was the right call. And I personally, on the road, I believe, and I'm not sure if y'all believe, I believe you go for the win on the road. You go for the tie at home, you go for the win on the road. That's just my
I believe that in basketball. I don't believe that.
I don't know, man. I believe that the game is the game. You play the game. You know what I'm saying? You don't play analytics. You don't play the odds or anything like that. You play the game.
No, that's why I said
You know what I'm saying?
to me you go for the win on the road. I think you get the fuck out of there. Let's get out of here. You don't play overtime on the road. That's just me.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind Ben, even though he played one right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
20 overtime. As long as I'm
yeah,
already
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, let me lengthen this thing out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, we might win it, we might lose it if we convert or don't convert. But guess what? If I kick this field goal, we go into a whole nother 10, and I like my chances
Okay,
there.
I dig it.
I like that. Watching
Just
the
different
game,
philosophy.
and that's what I'm saying. Watching that game, I said, man, they should kick it. They should kick it, even though it was the right play call and it worked. They executed bad.
I want to throw a name out there. Give me your thoughts real quick. Saquon Barkley.
I don't know.
All the potential in the world.
I ain't gonna say
Can't say nothing for
I would have to.
Injuries speak for themselves. I can't say it was
What do you always say about that? What do you always say? Your best ability is what?
availability.
Man.
Has he been available?
He ain't gonna never be
Nah.
I agree with you. I think he's done.
Okay.
He's damn as good.
Everybody ain't AP.
You ain't never lied.
Everybody ain't Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's damn as good.
Motherfuckers that fuck their knees up, they be done.
He look
Except
good.
for him.
Especially
He look
at
good-
that
he look
position.
good for a minute. He look good
All
for a
them
minute.
niggas, girly, all them niggas,
Yeah.
they was
Yeah.
Even they the same. Your boy ain't the same. That's
He's
the
not.
same.
He's not the same.
He's the same.
He's not.
Whatever need he got,
He
you know what
should
I'm
have
saying?
shot the last 3 games.
He's the same.
Let's pick up. 3 years ago.
need you to acknowledge that. You don't gotta play coy. Nigga, we at your neck. We at your neck. Alright? With what niggas thought was a runaway, no longer. No longer. We at his neck. We'll see y'all Sunday.
Have that same energy next Tuesday.
It's gonna be the same energy for the next 4 weeks because we got you 2 times in 3 weeks. Same energy, 100%. Win, lose, or draw, same. It's not my energy's never changed. You know that.
Like that.
I know you. This guy talking to me, that dude's crazy. He know my energy the same.
Where's the game being played at?
Four wins, 2 wins, 12 wins. Don't matter. Same energy. I got the best seat in the house in my living room.
I think I like Dallas in this one.
I'm just gonna say that.
I think I like Dallas, but it's gonna be close.
Because on the internet, it was all these Redskins fans. We won. Be careful what you push for. And I'm moving with that.
I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out. But I think
You got the Cowboys?
I got the Cowboys 24-23.
You got the Cowboys too?
Yeah, on a field goal.
You got 24 or what?
24-23.
What you got?
They kick a field goal to beat y'all.
What you got, bro?
They going
Nah,
mad.
I want you to think. Aside from that,
Cowboys 31-17.
31-17. Oh,
I think it's gonna be closer than that. I don't think they.
I'm gonna go with the Redskins 17-16.
Oh, heaven. So we got 2 and 2 up here. All right.
we win. Fuck them niggas.
Right. I mean, you ain't got to argue.
Period.
But I think they get an
Exclamation
drive
point.
on y'all and kick a field goal.
Fuck
Okay.
you and all niggas that think they gonna win. Moving on.
All right.
We got NBA action.
Motherfucker.
We have not discussed NBA in a minute, man. It's long overdue.
Talk about it.
Long overdue. We got some time.
Talk about
We
it.
got some time. We got some time in that.
I heard a rumor today.
What's the rumor, bro?
I heard a rumor today that actually there was a trade on the table for Ben Simmons that may be revisited. The trade with the Trailblazers may be revisited.
I heard Dame say he want the ball.
Dame says he wants to play with
Benjamin.
Ben Simmons.
Let me ask. Oh.
He's
Now,
Benjamin.
it's
Right
funny that you say that because Fresco, how many years ago, consistently have I said that Tina needs to make a play for Ben Simmons and who? No matter which one they give up, I think that it benefits both teams greatly. Because in my opinion, I know y'all love Dame Lillard. Y'all infatuated with Dame. Y'all love Dame Lillard.
At this point, man, I'm past it. I'm past Dame.
Y'all love Dame Lillard.
I mean, I was holding out for him, but I'm past it.
I'm gonna tell you something. I said Ben Simmons to Portland makes both teams exponentially greater. Years ago,
I can attest.
I personally would love to see that trade happen. I think it's beneficial for both teams. No matter which one, whether you trade it for Dame or CJ, I think it makes both teams exponentially better.
Because I'm looking at it now like Dame Lillard isn't the Dame Lillard we thought we was going to get any. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been injured, not playing, like Dame Lillard. Like,
He gave up on winning.
He gave up.
He gave up on winning. He trying to pad his stats.
When did you notice that?
He actually asked
When did
for-
you notice that?
He got 3 years
Actually,
left
when I
on his
noticed
contract.
that,
When did you notice that?
When he asked for Ben Simmons,
I noticed it a long time ago. Bro.
knowing that the only person that Ben Simmons, they can trade for Ben Simmons is the only other person that get 20 shots.
Yo, there may
So
some
now he's
truth
going
to
and
that.
I get 35 now. I might not get 40.
But hold on. But that goes into exactly why. You know that man come in. Everybody else take a shot. And not to mention, here's the other thing.
It's sad. It's about winning. It's all about numbers.
You no longer have to expend yourself on defense now.
That's so true.
Dave Miller said, "Oh, I know I got 3 years left on this monster contract. Hold tight, though. I'm looking for a 2-year, $107 million extension on this." So, oh, homie
that comes
homie
with
is
numbers.
shooting for the.
That come with numbers.
Wow.
It don't
that-
have to come with wins.
To me, I would say to me, that's piggybacking on this, like what this man and what y'all saying. He ain't looking to win. I'm looking to cash the fuck in heavy.
Yo, I heard that yesterday.
that's
When he asked for Ben Simmons,
He actually
like,
asked
yo,
for that, man.
I want Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
That means you want to get rid
I'm
of.
going for
You
it.
gotta get rid of your top, your not you, but you gotta get rid of McCullough. Hal has to go. That's your second and third leading scorer, and probably a big man.
They were saying one of the young boys.
Yeah, but Nasir Little or somebody. One of the, he
Nasir
played a big
Little,
league. You know what I mean? He played
Nasir
big.
Little.
I am not giving
That's
all that
all.
shit for
That's
that.
all the shots for a person to come in who don't shoot. You want 35 shots. It's all about stats now. I've been here 10. We ain't gonna win. I've been here 10.
Well, I feel like him. I feel like
I've been
him.
here 10.
When I see
I have
him-
slightly different thought
That's
process. We
deep.
along the
When
same
I
way, but but it goes along with what I've been saying a long time.
When I see the article today, and it said all the stuff it said, I said, what really stuck out to me was they said, oh, and he's asking for a 2-year, $107 million extension. Oh, he don't want to leave.
Yeah,
It ain't even about winning.
But I said a long time ago, nobody's ever going to turn down a max extension because regardless,
He's
I'm
asking for it.
gonna take my money wherever I go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get that
It's coming
money.
with me, yeah, it's coming with me.
Whoever wants me gonna
It's
work it
coming
out.
with me, yeah.
But let me get that money. But at the end of the day, they get rid of some of these other guys who clearly ain't working. We're
That's how that nigga think.
We're a perennial 6-7
Yeah,
seed.
listen.
I know y'all love Dame Lillard out there. Y'all love him.
I love him. That's my favorite point guard.
But we're talking about a guy fighting for a
Come on,
perennial 6, 7, 8 seed.
That part of him, I do not love
You
at
can't
all.
go nowhere else
You
and be
can't go-
nobody's number one. You can't go nowhere else and be nobody's number one.
Let me get a guy here.
Yeah, he could be a co-number one, but it still won't. It'd be the Steph Curry effect. Yeah, KD was the one, but you ain't the one.
You ain't the guy. You're not the
You
guy.
can go to Utah and challenge Donovan Mitchell, but you're not Donovan Mitchell.
You ready.
No.
You ready.
And you can go there and
I
challenge
want to
niggas,
shout
but
out
you're
Golden
not-
State, man.
You're
I
not
want
him.
their culture and the way they play basketball.
You can
because
go to
they actually made
you can
that
go to
possible.
you can go to
for
Memphis,
KD. KD's a fool
and
for
be
me to go
probably
to,
the
man.
guy.
He's a fucking fool.
but you're not Ja.
Now, the reports of the Golden State Warriors' demise have been greatly exaggerated. And they are right now the Golden State way,
I have to
the
see.
Patriot way.
I still have to see on that. I still have to see on that.
It's looking
Because-
real. It's looking real right now.
I-
though.
Nah, cause I'm saying basketball. I just know basketball. It's all about the minutes effect. When Clay come back, a lot of them niggas ain't gonna get the minutes.
I agree, 100%.
And they're playing out of their mind right now.
They are.
So now that you get in the minutes, can you make those shots? When
Here's
you
the
do
thing.
Get the ball.
Here's the thing. My thing is this. You're adding a guy who is, at the end of the day, one of the more efficient players in the NBA. You know, you're adding another guy that literally don't. We're talking about a guy who scored 60 points and 11 dribbles.
I'm not questioning him.
60 points and
I'm
11
not
dribbles.
questioning him.
Okay.
But the other guys never played with him. Wiggins.
Okay.
That Wiggins, you're gonna go from 10 shots, you're gonna go from 12 shots to 8 shots. Out of those 8
To the
shots,
third option.
out of those 8 shots, are you gonna be as efficient as you are now? Top 10.
You're gonna go from 16 shots that you take in the Steph Curry to as efficient as a 8 shot. Are you gonna be the same shots of red, Larry Payton Jr. And he celebrates a red, and with those minutes, and this Clay coming in after 15 shots of this, and they're going to be the effective when Clay wasn't there and you doing, that's
Clay don't get his shot. That's 15 shots.
basketball.
That's
That's
a
basketball.
fair assumption.
So ultimately,
Wiseman coming back too. So that takes a lot from even more of you niggas.
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. But
in
can
Oakland
they,
right now.
but are there the type of players that can? I know I'm only getting 10 shots a game. Can I make these 10 shots efficient? Can Wiggins do that?
Because the Warriors are priding themselves on efficiency.
Because they never had to. Poole, this is your first time breaking out.
Okay.
Can you take a step back now? You the man. You the man for Golden State. Or can you take a step back?
Or let's look at it from this standpoint. Now you have the two ultimate floor spacers in the NBA. So that does make now the adverse effect is holy shit, I got even more room to operate now. That's the adverse effect too. We had to consider that. So I mean it's a lot of questions, but we gotta consider both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You definitely brought up a value point. But you also have to look at it from the standpoint, these are the two ultimate floor space. Because you got Clay, you got Steph spacing the floor on the left, Clay coming off the screens on the right. The defense literally has to pick poison between those two, which leaves guys to fill those roles that Iguodala filled, Livingston that filled, Barbosa.
Iguodala's there.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's a hell of a dynamic to see. Stay tuned.
I look at their situation.
But let me add to that. But the guys that you named were veterans.
True.
Barbosa was a veteran with Golden State. Iguodala was a veteran. They knew their roles. These guys are becoming stars in their own right without Clay being there.
So they might feel like a sense of
Poole
entitlement.
he's
That's
How
right.
can I take a step back now?
To be
I'm
fair,
averaging 20.
to be fair,
I'm
Poole
averaging-
comes off the
Oh,
bench
this is
now.
I'm averaging
this is
20.
juicy though.
I'm
To-
averaging 20
To
without
be
Clay
fair,
being here.
Poole comes off the bench now, averaging 20. To be fair,
But
excuse me,
What's the other guy? The nigga that getting all the dunks. What's his name? Not Peyton, but the other nigga. What's the other dude that posterized McGee the other day? What's his name? Somebody chime in. What is his name?
The Bona GB, Kamunga?
No, not him. No, he was in the game. He posterized somebody
I'm
else.
saying he played 2 ways.
No, what's his name? No, it's a dude that's getting minutes for them with Wiggins and Poole and Peyton. It's another dude. What's his name?
might be
He's a foreign. No,
Bielitsa.
no, it's not Bielitsa. It's not
Or
Bielitsa.
Toscano.
Yes!
Toscano. Something.
Yes,
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
That dude is big in their rotation. A dude like that.
What I say is, it's totally fair what Iceman is saying for 30 teams. But what I've seen from Golden State is not only do they have two of the two greatest shooters of all time, the way their whole team plays, or the way their coach or their philosophy, or whatever you want to call it, lends itself to, I am already Steph Curry. And that is already Klay Thompson. But you can get yours off as well. Because that's how we do around
Let's
here.
see.
We already seen it.
Let's
We
see.
already seen it.
Let's see.
Wow, with who?
We've seen it with anybody who start going off. Draymond, you going off? Feel free.
Now, but that's not Draymond rule.
Okay, no.
Draymond gonna facilitate whatever's happening.
KD, I've been mad around here, but how we play, it wasn't like Steph Curry started averaging 15 points. He still was averaging 20-some odd points.
Yeah, but you said Draymond.
point is,
Draymond's not
because
the
the
guy
way
that's
they
going to
play.
sue
On the same amount of shots. They wasn't taking shots away from KD to give to you.
Draymond is okay with
They're
it.
taking shots away from Poole to give to other niggas.
What I'm saying is the way they play, it don't really matter. Steph Curry is, yes, he is the focal point of their team right now. And some people can say he was the focal point of their offense, their whole success. But if you actually look at how they play, Steph Curry plays off the ball, he comes off and all that kind of stuff, which makes everybody else on the team that much better.
You got two niggas like that.
And that's what I'm saying.
But who's the facilitator?
Steph
just a matter of how they adapt to these roles now that you have a full roster. And that's gonna be the question.
And the thing I say is, it's the same. It's the same. They almost had the same things before because the team play has always played the same.
The Warrior way.
The Warrior way,
Right.
moving, cutting, which makes everybody on the floor.
About the individuals, Gary
Not
Payton, the Iguodala.
But you have people in those records. You have Iguodala in the same Iguodala role. You have Draymond in the same.
Now he's taking a lesser role, but he's accepted that lesser role.
But he's still doing the same Iguodala stuff.
The question he's asking. If we're going to end it with this, we're going to end it with this. What he's saying is, these guys are at a younger point than, let's say, a Livingston, a Barbosa, and Iguodala was in their prime. So when you've got a full roster, and now you don't get those same shots, are they willing to play the Warrior way the same way? That's going to be the question.
And the thing is, I'm saying they played the Warrior way that made them this good. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm coming to the game. I'm getting 20 shots a game. I'm a different type guy. I got the bounce in my step. I'm different. I'm coming to the game and I'm knowing I'm only getting 5 shots every game.
That's not true.
That could be true.
That part is not true. I'm only gonna get if you keep cutting and keep being open, they're gonna keep hitting you.
Nah,
They've done it for years. They've done it for years. If you keep cutting, Gary Payton Jr., you keep cutting like you've been cutting, you're gonna keep getting the same alley-oops you've been getting.
He averages 20 points a game.
What makes you think Clay is gonna stop that? Clay can't even do
Because
it.
no one besides Clay, KD, or Steph Curry ever averaged 20. So now when Clay comes back, give me my 20 back.
He don't even
Give me my 20 back.
now. He doesn't have the 20 now. Gary Payton Jr.
I said Poole averages 20 points a game.
I said Gary Payton Joe just now.
We're talking about two different guys.
Poole was the second best player.
So the Suns.
Poole was the second best player on the team.
The Suns.
I'm not talking about Gary Payton. He's a utility guy.
But you saying everybody steps back, and I'm saying
They all do. Poole will have to take a step back. He will have to take a step back, though.
Let's move on. The Suns. Are we impressed? How impressed are we with the Suns, if any at all?
I'm not impressed. They doing what they do.
They doing what they. This is just expected of them.
You know
right
what?
To me.
I want to revisit something that because last year everybody was thinking, oh man, Chris Paul was the MVP and this and that, blah blah blah. I said this is what Chris Paul does every year. Why is he an MVP candidate this year? Here they are, best team in the league. Chris Paul playing out his mind. Nobody saying shit about him being MVP.
But they never do.
And his teams always play pretty good, just like last year.
This is pretty good.
That's
Pretty good.
right. They're playing even
He's at
better.
the top of the league.
And nobody's saying anything about him being MVP candidate. And that's why I was saying, I was like, last year that was fools. I ain't gonna say fool's gold, but I was like, why is he an MVP candidate? Any other year, because he does the same thing.
It was obvious for us because they shot from the bottom of the league to the top. That's obvious. That's not like
And they're still
rocket
at the
science.
top. They're still at the top. He's still doing the same thing that he's done all his career. But yes, this year, for some reason,
What's your point?
Last year, he should not have been.
Why is it a conversation?
Right,
Because
that's
guys are
last year
playing
he should not
individually
have
better
been.
than him.
Last year people played individually better than him. But like, the team came from here to there. Like, okay, well they're at the top.
The
now.
story.
He's
It's
playing
the
the same
story.
thing.
It's the story. It's the story, Fred.
But
You know that.
he's playing. Like I always say, it is the story. Sounds like he's not even a candidate to me.
Okay, that was you. But you were in the minority though because he was a candidate. We can
Well,
agree. Was he a candidate?
Yeah, a lot of people say he's a candidate.
Was he a candidate? So that wasn't like some shit that.
He was.
Yeah, he was. He was. No. Was he a candidate on the ballot? Because we can say what we want. Okay, so that kills that right there. If he was, because if you don't feel as though he was a candidate, then that's you, and you're in the minority. But if he's on the ballot, that's that. That ends that discussion.
Well, what I'm saying is, I said Chris Paul has been doing the exact same thing that Chris Paul has been doing all his career. Why did last year, and like you said, because they came from here to there. All right, cool. I'll give you that. That's fair. Why this year, they're at the top. They don't have to come from the back. They're at the top. He's still playing the same level he's played all his career, last year, the year before, but no one is mentioning him this year as MVP candidate. Right. That's what I was like, okay, last year was an anomaly. I was like, no, I thought he should have been there.
The Hornets.
The Hornets.
They
He
had
was
1 year.
He was stellar. He was stellar. He put up MVP numbers.
But like I said, no one considered him the MVP any of those years.
You said, whoa. Okay.
But
No,
he's-
you're right. You're right.
That's
Because you
what
said
I'm
nobody
saying.
considered him the MVP. You're right. Moving on. You're right. Nobody considered him the MVP those years. That's not my argument. Your point is different than my argument. My argument is candidacy. You're arguing front runner. Different. I agree. No one called him the MVP. No. Even in last year when he was a candidate, I never considered him the MVP. My only discussion was specifically, does he deserve to be in the race as a candidate? That was only my only argument. You are right. No, he wasn't the MVP. He's never really going to be the MVP because to me he'll never have the requisite composite numbers to be the MVP. Impact, absolutely. Number-wise, no, because there's multiple components to being the MVP.
Those multiple components were in play last year as well. That's
No,
why
they weren't. No, they weren't. He didn't have the numbers, the overwhelming numbers.
And that's what I'm like, so why are people considering him an MVP? That's
Did
what
I just not explain that?
I understood.
I thought I just candidacy, front runner, totally different arguments. You're arguing, was he the MVP?
I
No,
didn't
he
even
wasn't.
think he was. I didn't even think he should have been a candidate. I said that.
Now
many
you're
times.
now is he
I
in the
said-
minority in that thinking?
Yeah,
As
but
far as candidacy, candidacy.
I'm assuming,
We're talking strictly
He
candidacy.
should have been a candidate. I didn't think he should have been a candidate.
Okay.
I didn't think he should have been a candidate at all. I was like, I could name 3-4 people who got
CJ
real
McCullough
live.
has collapsed lung.
Oh shit!
Well, that fucks that up. Trading, yeah, that fucks that up.
That trade up.
So let me ask a bigger question.
Baby.
Where are we at with this whole Lakers thing and LeBron James and where they are in the mix? Thoughts?
I mean, I still think they're going to be in a conversation when it's all said.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't.
I do in the West. And don't nobody really impress me in the West. Everybody losing to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really stood out, you know what I mean? Phoenix, yeah, they're head above the red head Golden State, but I just think they're not. Phoenix, I don't think they're ready. You know?
Let me pose this to you because NBA regular season is a sprint to get to the playoffs for seeding. The Suns knocked them off last year, so we can't just sit here and say, well,
Right.
they just get to the playoffs.
Right.
They gotta turn it on. They got knocked out last year with the healthy LeBron. Can we agree on that? Is that not fact or no?
I'm not the
Okay.
biggest component of turning it on in the playoffs.
Because of why? Because of what last year happened?
No, because there are very few instances that I can point to in any sports where somebody's like, oh, we just coasted regular season, turn it on the playoffs.
Where are the
and win
Lakers
shit.
right now? Where are the Lakers right now in the standings?
You can't just shoot me.
Pull that up.
Oh, yeah.
Can you pull that up? Where are the Lakers at in
You
the
know-
standings? Pull that up.
What's the name almost did it if it wasn't for
That's almost. That's almost. That's almost.
So that's you acting like they
No one has did it. That's what I'm saying. No one
But
has.
you acting like they flubbed it though. Like they went in there like
But you can't name one team out there that said, oh, we cruising through the regular season. We just wait till the playoffs as a 5th or 6th seed, and they got there. The last team I could even remember even remotely was your Houston Rockets in 94. 95.
Well, they didn't put shit in cruise control. We wasn't that good that year.
And that's what I'm
From the
saying.
standpoint of injuries, and it was a lot going on that
the
year.
6th seed.
Yeah, we didn't turn it on until we made the trade.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, people say, oh yeah, well, they're just turning on their playoff team.
FYI, the Lakers are in 6th place right now.
That's
They're
not
at 500.
Right, I'm like, that's not necessarily true. Because I'm like, well, point to me an instance where that benefited someone.
So we're okay.
No
So let me ask
one
this
can-
question: Where the Sixers at?
Oh, they like 10th, 11th.
Where the Sixers at? Sixers are a seven seed. Can they turn it on?
That's a tough one. Can they turn it on?
Why is it tough for them but not for the Lakers? They have to have this championship.
What I'm saying is, their team is their team. Their team is their team. Now,
That's what they turn it on.
feel like this man is over argument against the Lakers to say what. And out of possession, that's taking it and lean more towards the Sixers for the turn. Even no team can turn on. A lot of people try to say, no. Pretty much, if you play shitty in the regular season, haven't made it to the playoffs,
You're not going to make it past the second round, let alone the first. Please point me the instance in any sports where people say, oh, we just going to cruise or we just going to turn in the playoffs, and it worked for them. It hasn't. Never. So I'm like, for any teams who I mean, you are who you are. It's not like the Sixers. I don't think the Sixers have another like turn it on. That's what I'm saying. The Lakers, they don't have another. They can just turn it on.
Let me ask you a question, bro. So the Sixers in the 7th seed, right? Should they have pulled the trigger on that trade earlier, or they should just stay put and hold them out?
Let me also preface this.
Ben Simmons, because
thought the
you're in the 7th place right now. You obviously could have improved your team because you have a quote unquote, as they like to say, all-star player sitting on the sideline. No, he's sitting home. Could they have improved their team to have a player playing right now? Because keep in mind, when your superstar goes out, Ben Simmons, you need guys. You got a guy home that, for whatever reason, you decide not to trade. And this is what I've been championing the entire time. Could you have pulled that trigger and got a guy in there that could be extremely productive right now, that could have helped weather the storm to keep you out of 7th place to maybe 5th place while Embiid's out?
I'll put it like this. I thought the Sixers was better than the Lakers before the injuries. I thought they was going to be better than them this year. Joel went out with COVID, and that kind of threw us off. But before he went out with COVID, we may have been the number 1 motherfucking seed. So I was like, for us to turn it on, it's like, I don't know if that's turning it on. That's just getting back to the form we was before COVID. You feel what I'm saying? But I have not seen. No, I'm saying, no, you're right. But I have not seen this iteration of the Lakers.
We're talking
Be good.
specifically the Sixers and when it comes to
No.
They're in
Right.
7th place right now.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid has been hurt, which is not like the fucking newsflash of the world.
What kind of piece would you be trying to get that can help you for Ben Simmons?
Something, because right now you have.
Here's the
Let
me hear. I'm gonna just ask you this. Do you think you would have got? Do you think there's something that they would have got back would have been better than Tobias Harris? Because if whatever they got back not better than Tobias Harris,
Here's the kicker.
Here's the kicker. Help.
You saying better than? I'm saying in addition to Tobias Harris.
If he's not as
Because it's not like Ben's playing.
No, what I'm saying
That's my
is,
thing.
But what I'm saying is, anyone the level of Tobias Harris, or lower, that's not enough.
That's exactly how the Sixers feel. That's exactly how the Sixers
Do you agree with that?
That's not enough.
Because
That's
right
exactly
now,
that's
you're
exactly
saying.
how the Sixers feel.
So what is Tobias Harris?
We don't want just
What is his average? What's his average? Hold on. Let me look this
Probably
up.
about 19 points.
So you're trying to tell me that if you can get a guy in there that's averaging 16 to 17 a game, in addition to Tobias Harris, that won't help you.
Nah.
It could. But you have a guy there averaging 16 already.
I'm saying, in
that's
addition
the
to.
same, but that's the same argument. Everybody gets bumped down. Am I right?
That's what I'm
So
saying.
that's the same argument. Everybody gets bumped.
So you have another.
averaging.
You have another guy that's capable of contributing right now. Right now.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
You have a guy sitting home, not giving you anything.
Now, I feel what you're saying. Someone just playing. Someone's
Right.
availability.
Someone
I feel
just
what
being
you're
available.
saying.
I get
But
it.
what I'm saying
It's
is,
exactly what
if the motherfucker ain't better than Tobias Harris,
get no better as a team.
I don't think they'll get no better. I don't think
That's what the
get no
Sixers
better.
feel. I mean,
I don't think
that's
they
exactly
get
what the
better.
Sixers feel. That's what I feel. I'm like, yo, if it wasn't just any trade, I was cool with some trades, but I was like, yo, if that's how you feeling, like, yo, I don't want to just trade
You're in
Ben
7th place,
for just
bro.
pieces.
You're
Cool.
not in second place where you could be
And
picked.
they say
You're in 7th.
and they say
But what I'm saying is,
possibly
what I'm asking
trading
you
Ben.
is, what I'm asking you is,
Hey, trading
seventh
Ben, we
place-
could still been in seventh place.
Seventh place. What type of player
player that's not a 1 or 2 on a team that you could get that would beat you out in the 7th. Like, that's exactly how the Sixers would think. They're like, yo, one of the people start to say, to get back to their little significance, doesn't help on a team. That's anything significant. Because you're not getting any production from Ben Simmons. If he's home, if you trade him away, you get back pieces, though, he still get you to 7th place. Then what? I think you can that get you out of the 7th place.
We don't know that.
What pieces?
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Get a bunch of regular dudes.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's
hold on. Was the
Pat
deal?
Beverly? Like, what the fuck? You
No,
know?
I wouldn't trade for Pat Beverly. That's not being stupid.
Pat Beverly.
Was there not a trade on the table for Jaylen Brown for Ben Simmons, and you guys requested more?
I would have made the trade.
Answer my question.
Yes, it was.
So, with that being said, you don't think Jaylen Brown would have made y'all better?
Jaylen Brown is better than Tobias
Yeah,
Harris.
it is.
But that was on the table.
But I'm saying, I said,
But wait.
have to be better than
Yeah,
Tobias Harris.
he's
Jaylen
better
Brown is
than-
better.
he's better
Yeah, I
than
could go
Tobias
with
Harris.
I could go with Embiid, Jaylen Brown, and Tobias Harris.
Yes.
I could go with for a long time Tobias Harris and Jaylen Brown for a while. That could win me some games with Embiid on the bench.
He's out of 7th place.
Oh yeah, I think it gets him out of 7th place. Yeah,
Without Embiid,
I don't know.
Embiid and Tobias Harris
hold
can't
on,
get
hold on.
to the 7th place.
Hold on. So with Embiid right now, they're in 7th place.
So you take the
So
best
he's
player,
available.
you take the best player out of the fold.
No. Let's clarify what I'm saying. You're not changing the amount of games Embiid play. Embiid's availability right now is his availability. You may have had a Jaylen Brown so that the games that Embiid didn't play, you would have had this young man averaging 20-some points to help stem his absence as a second guy.
We're not disagreeing with you about Jaylen
but
Brown.
I'm saying,
That's what I'm saying.
because he's better than Tobias Harris.
But you couldn't.
So ultimately you guys have had options on the table.
I said I would have made some of the trades.
Cool.
I would have made some of the trades, but I ain't just trading.
Hypothetically speaking, just name a player you think is on that not better than Tobias Harris, probably on his level, that would make the Sixers better.
I think De'Aaron Fox would have made him better.
He's better than Tobias Harris.
Okay, but I'm not.
He's better. I said that.
I honestly think Marcus Smart would have made them better.
Nah.
I think Marcus Smart would have made them better.
So without an Embiid, like you said,
No.
the games Embiid missed, Marcus Smart and Tobias Harris would kept them in a 7th.
I think they'd have been a better team. Better team. They're a better team with Marcus Smart. And no Ben Simmons.
I don't want to see that experiment, Sixers. I'm glad you won't. I don't want to see that.
I think anybody, I think for the most part, most of the players you could have gotten would have helped them in that 6, 7, 8, 9 games that Embiid would have been out.
I don't. I mean,
You don't. So you think that Marcus Smart is just trash?
No, but I don't think that it's.
You don't move the needle, so to speak.
No, I don't.
We just got to disagree with that.
The needle is Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
If he's your one with Embiid out, if he's the one, y'all not gonna win. Y'all not gonna win a lot of games.
Okay.
It's him. It ain't. It's him. Steph Curry and them doing what they supposed to do. They doing what they supposed to do. They playing kind of good and shit.
Kind of good as shit.
Yeah,
That nigga said kind of good and shit.
Good as shit.
It's Tobias Harris.
Steph Curry is
You are
playing
number
great
2.
basketball. Tyrese Maxey.
You are
is
number
playing great
2.
basketball.
You are number 2, and you're really a number 3.
And we need more out you when we
Yeah,
need
when the beat ain't there, you're
Like
supposed to
you
be
need to trade
dropping
both of them.
35, 36, 30,
You talking
32.
about your team. You talking about your team. You talking about you need to treat both of them. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
What about my team?
Watch your happens at night. You talking about your team. I'm talking about
What about my team? We can discuss my team. I'm happy with where we are, nigga. I'm happy with where we are.
You should trade both of them. Oh, what the fuck?
There's
Talking
something
about your team.
Not your team doing something in the air, JD.
I'm fine with where we are. Jalen Green don't move my team one way or the other.
No,
my team, bro. Let's go ahead. Discuss my team. It's clear where we are, bro. It's clear where we are.
He acts like some of the things I would have made, but some people you just can't come up off of. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't get like.
You ain't talking about Tobias Harris. You can't come up off Tobias Harris.
Nah, I ain't no, I'm talking about the other teams.
Don't nobody
Other
want 'em.
teams, yeah.
Don't nobody want him to come in and be there three.
We not making that trade.
We got niggas sitting on the bench that'll help y'all. We got niggas sitting on the bench that'll help y'all. John Wall will help y'all.
I'm cool with that.
John Wall will help y'all.
I'm cool with that. I just don't want no BS pieces back. I don't want Marcus Smart back.
Better than Tobias Harris.
I don't want.
John Wall better than Tobias Harris?
Yes.
And he ain't playing for us.
Yes. He's better than Tobias
Intentionally.
Harris. He's better than Tobias Harris.
Intentionally.
Tobias Harris.
He's better than him. He's better than that
Yes,
guy.
I would do that trade in a heartbeat, but I don't want.
Y'all end up getting a motherfucker like Russell Westbrook, man. I'm trying to tell you, man.
He's better than Tobias
Y'all
Harris.
end up getting a Russell Westbrook.
He's better than Tobias Harris.
Yo, it sounds like they need to make a deal.
Oh,
That second option.
Time out. Now I think Russell Westbrook and Tobias Harris could have had him somewhere without Embiid. With Embiid being hurt.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not arguing that.
He's better than
I'm not
Tobias
arguing that.
Harris.
I'm not arguing that.
Westbrook better than that dude.
I'm not arguing
Man,
that.
that dude sucks.
That's a fact.
Tobias Harris sucks. He sucks.
I fuck with you, Tobias. I need more out you, man. I need more out of you,
They
man.
ain't go to any other
So
team.
ultimately, what you saying is your second option is home. Nacho.
Yup.
That's why we needed that man
Yeah.
to shoot the ball.
Their second option is home. Even though he will shoot the ball, he's the second option.
You hit the ball.
Tobias Harris, you the third option.
Yes.
But you the second option. And you just, any other team, Tobias Harris go to contenders. Because the Sixers were contenders.
They're not contenders now.
I'm saying the season is still young. They're in the 7th seed. They're a contender team. But any other team that Tobias Harris go to that's a contender, he will be the third fucking wheel.
He was the third wheel on this team.
Yes.
No, he was the second option. But he probably was the third star. But he was the second
Yeah,
option.
because Ben was so Benjamin
Yeah,
was so
he
fucking
was the
bad.
second option.
If Benjamin would just shoot, Benjamin would just shoot. He would even be the second option.
But would
Any other team he go to.
You like, nah.
Niggas ain't checking for you.
Tobias, you getting shots that I'm supposed to be shooting.
Yeah, ain't nobody checking for Tobias, man. Any other team.
He's
Any
a
other
great.
team.
He's an awesome three.
Any other team.
Shaking at the deuce.
Yeah, he probably the best three in the league.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
probably
awesome
the best
three.
third. He's probably
Awesome.
the best in
When
the
we
league.
had Jimmy Butler, God, man, we was like, damn, man. The motherfucker that's hurting us is Benjamin Simmons, man. Benjamin
He's
Simmons.
probably the best three in the league. That's why he get traded so much. You just good enough to.
Yeah.
You good enough to. You just good enough to make the deal sweet.
I'm gonna give you another name.
You good enough to make the deal sweet.
I'm gonna give you another name. I'm gonna give you another name. man,
Tobias
tonight.
Harris.
I'm gonna give you another name man tonight. Anthony Davis. Where are we at with AD?
That nigga's fragile. Nah, I ain't even gonna say that.
No, why wouldn't you?
Cause
Why wouldn't you?
Because-
You would be 100% justified in saying that.
nah, because I know the story. Shit from going from 6'1" to 6'11", that shit can fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? That shit can fuck you up. You know what I mean? Them tall niggas, that's how they break their feet and all that shit running on. You know what I'm saying? That's just, but that nigga fragile as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He's fragile as fuck. You know what I mean?
He definitely gingerbread, man.
But that can have something to go with it, you know what I mean? That can have something to do with it, but
So we making excuses for injuries.
I'm not making excuses. I just said
You just
tall-
provide
I know
the backstory.
tall niggas. Yeah, I know tall niggas.
It's kind of like Embiid.
And No, but Embiid didn't go from 6'1" to 6'11" over a summer.
So he gets a
That's
pass?
stressful. No, I'm not saying. But
I would say it's even more stressful.
a litigating factor
to go
on
9
probably
inches.
why he's so fragile.
Yeah, you supposed to be
Fresh, what's your Fresh, what do you always say?
Yeah, the availability is a key.
No, I want my guy to say.
What is it?
the best ability is availability.
Now, here's the kicker. It's availability. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I've been. So now, what do we say now? What do we say?
We just had, LeBron just had.
What place are they in?
He's in a different tier. He just can't put up numbers. They have to put up wins. He just can't put up numbers. He has to put up wins. Whether LeBron
Are we not past the point of this guy putting up numbers?
Right, he
You
has to
putting
put
up
up
numbers
wins.
don't mean shit.
He has to put up.
You have
numbers,
to.
man.
You have to affect winning.
Right.
You had a prime opportunity to really, really, really establish yourself as one of the dogs in the league with the king on the bench.
I
And
can't
you
remember. I
failed.
can't remember who it was, man. But I said this is blasphemous, man. They said, man, Anthony Davis, when healthy, is better than Giannis. I was like, man, you can't.
I have never, ever in any
That's
point.
stupid shit.
No, because when he won that championship, everybody jumped on that wagon, and I said, in no way, fucking shape, or form is this guy on the same level as Giannis. They are not the same player. I'm sorry. He is only good with LeBron James on the floor. I've said
Not
this.
even LeBron on the
Listen,
floor, man.
anybody that knows me, I've said this for the longest time. He is only great when he's a hell of a player, hell of a talent. He is only great when LeBron James is on the floor. He had the perfect opportunity when LeBron James went down to captain that team and lead them to victories. They are in 6th place right now. Why? Because he didn't answer the bell. Giannis got on TV in a nationally televised game and said, "Nigga, I own you.
Give me your lunch.
Give me your lunch.
Damn,
Give me next week's lunch. Nigga, give me the ingredients in your kitchen. Nigga, y'all own you. And I always have.
I actually thought Anthony Davis was going to get the MVP last year. He sure shot a hole in that prediction.
Okay.
And he got me not just looking at it different.
Hello.
He got me believing something different in him. Like, yo,
Yeah.
Let's look at it. Let's take it. Because you just want to know the numbers. Because it's probably great. It's probably great. I am not even going
I
to
don't know,
ignore that.
man. 22 and 12. I would say
At some
22
point, we
and 12.
kind of got to get around. Like, we kind of like, okay, you just want to know. All right, let's go to this number. Let's see.
I would say like
Anthony
22 and 12.
I'll
Something
probably
like
give
that.
more. Let me get more than that. 24 and 10. 24 and 10 and
That's
3.
That's his
That's
stat.
the stat line. 20 right now, today.
Got you. And
24 and 10 and 3.
And those type of stats, when you don't, like you said, when you don't have a LeBron on the floor, you now that you're in a different, they see you in a different
What's
echelon.
missing? You gotta
Right.
hold a microscope.
He
You say,
has
well,
to-
goddamn. When you look, you're like, damn, 24 and 10. You
He
should
has
be
to
dominant.
affect winning.
Has anybody felt Anthony Davis was dominant this year?
Nah.
definitely not.
And that comes with winning. And that's what you ain't winning.
So are these numbers affecting winning?
Nah, they can't be.
Okay, I just
They
want to.
can't.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
But what I've noticed is his numbers that wasn't last year, none of them affected winning either.
Well, there's kind of hide
Sidebar.
behind you. It's a guy out there that you can kind of hide behind. You can play very well with that guy on the floor.
LeBron?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But,
just saying.
it's a clear difference in him and Giannis in terms of how they affect the game. I'm
Anthony
sorry.
Davis has always put up those stats. He's always lost games too. So maybe we not just the analysts, maybe we as well. Like, hold up, cousin, you might just be Kevin Love.
I'm saying.
You Anthony Davis, but you
I'm
might
just saying.
be Kevin
I'm
Love.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Might just be a nice piece.
But yeah, it's been a glorious night, man. You know, it's been a glorious night for Fire Nights Podcast, man. We're back, man. Got my people back in the building. We appreciate
Iceman!
everybody joining in, man. As we do every single Tuesday, man. We appreciate it. We're live
Yeah.
from Where Fresh. Where we live from?
The East Square Cigar Lounge, 3616 Kirkwood Highway, also
Bonus.
home
That part.
pro.
That part, man. Shout out.
We normally narrate.
Shout out, O, man.
Yeah, oh man,
Appreciate
shout
you,
Shout
bro.
out, big bro.
He's gonna check in.
Shout out,
bro.
no.
Love you, big bro.
Listen, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Doc, man. The situation on Sunday, I wasn't able to make it, man. Something
Shout
came
out,
up
Doc.
last minute.
See.
Man. At the end of the day, man, anything you need from us to push you into that hall situation, man, you deserve it. I don't care what nobody say.
Say that.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to be there. Heard the thing went off beautifully. Get Doc in, man. Period. Get Doc in.
Period. Doctor, shout out doctor, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doctor, visit us, man. Glad to be back this week. Glad to have you back for that. Let's go, man. Hey, man. It's always good, man. Tuesday night, it's a special energy tonight. The Iceman is back in the building. I don't even think all of y'all who walk with us through the technical difficulties, man.
I assure you it's gonna be straightened out pretty soon. And just thanks again for walking with us.
Yo, man. Shout out to my man again for joining us, man. The boy Iceman, little bro in the building. Appreciate you coming back, bro.
Keep the music fresh.
You know what I'm talking about? E-Way. All day. Your
E-Way
boy.
all day,
Be
man.
back in the building.
All day.
Fire night. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out Hindu in the section. LBZ. Dumbs. Everybody. You know what I'm talking about?
No doubt.
Shout out Big. I told my son I shot him.
I like this, man. I like this,
Shout out
man.
Biz, man.
Man, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out B, shout out Lil Melly, shout out Jay, Primo,
You know what I'm talking about?
shout out Chris Kim, Cody.
Let's get it, man.
Did I shout out all the sons?
Biz got nominated for 7th grader of the month, man.
Hey, we celebrating all, man. We taking the winning where we can.
Okay, big.
Yeah.
Shout out Rah Rah.
Biz growing up different, man. That's big.
T-Player.
I love it, man.
Shout out John Jervy.
Sure thing, my thing, with D.
With that being said, man, it's the Fire Nights podcast, man. We here every week, man. We appreciate the support, man. It's
He's
getting late.
back.
It's getting late. My baby dancing on y'all.
He's back.
Yo, we out, man. We out, man. We love y'all, man. We out.
Until
We
next
out.
week.
You ain't shit.